Revolutionary volume 2. It's on now, motherfucker. Lock and load. This is the point of no return. I can never go back. Life without parole, upstate, shackled and trapped, living in the hole, looking at the world through a crack. Fuck that. I'd rather shoot it out and get clapped. I've gone too far. There ain't no coming back for me. Auschwitz gas chamber full of Zyklon B. Just like the Spanish exterminating Tainos, raping the black and Indian women, creating Latinos. Motherfuckers made me out of self-righteous hatred, and now you got yourself a virus stuck in the matrix, a suicide bomber strapped and ready to blow, lethal injection strapped down, ready to go. Don't you understand? They'll never let me live out in peace. Concrete jungle, guerrilla war out in the streets. Nat Turner with the sickle, pitchfork and machete. The end of the world, motherfucker, you not ready. This is the point of no return, and nobody can stop it. Malcolm Little when he knelt before Elijah Muhammad had commented, killed the dinosaurs, changing the earth. They love to criticize, they always say I changed for the worse, like prescription pills when you misusing them, nigga. The Templar Knights when they took Jerusalem, nigga, and figured out what was buried under Solomon's temple, Al-Aqsa. The name is not coincidental. I know too much. The government is trying to murder me. No coming back like cutting your wrists open vertically. How could the serpent be purposely put in charge of the country? Genetic engineered sickness.
Spread it, monster.
My people are so hungry that they attack without reason, like a fucking dog ripping off the hand that feeds them. Immortal technique is treason to the Patriot Act. So come and get me, motherfucker, cause I'm not coming back. This is the point from which I can never return. And if I back down now, then forever I burn. This is the point from which I can never retreat. Cause if I turn back now, there can never be peace. This is the point from which I will die, succeed, live in the struggle. I know I'm alive when I bleed from now on. It can never be the same as before. Cause the place that I'm from doesn't exist anymore. This is the point of no return, nigga. You better believe this. Mary Magdalene giving birth to the children of Jesus. The evolution of the world, bloody and dramatic. Human beings killing monkeys to conquer the planet. The kingdoms of Africa and Mesopotamia. Machine gun your body with depleted uranium. This is the age of microchips and titanium. The dark side of the moon in contact with aliens. I started out like Australians, criminal minded, broken to hell, tore it down and built the city behind it. Southpaw, murderous methodology, nigga. Remember that I'm just a man, don't follow me, nigga.
Cause when you pass the point, you can never go home. You gotta face the possibility of dying alone.
So tell me, motherfucker, how could you die for the throne when you don't even got the fucking heart to die for your own? It rains acid, one day the earth will cry from a stone, and you'll be looking at the world living inside of a dome. Computerized humanity living inside of a clone. This is the place where the unknown is living and real. Wormwood, the planet X, and the seventh seal. Universal truth is not measured in mass appeal. This is the last time that I kneel and pray to the sky, cause almost everything that I was ever told was a lie. This is the point from which I can never return. And if I back down now, then forever I burn. This is the point from which I can never retreat. Cause if I turn back now, there can never be peace. This is the point from which I will die, succeed, live in the struggle. I know I'm alive when I bleed from now on. It can never be the same as before. Cause the place that I'm from doesn't exist anymore.
After saving with customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual, I customize everything, like Marco's backpack.
If you're a lawyer, you write briefs. And if you write briefs, you need Case Text. It's a tool that makes all those frustrating
Immortal technique. Revolutionary volume 2. Yeah. Broadcasting live from Harlem, New York. Let the truth be known. You better watch what the fuck flies out of your mouth, or I'ma hijack a plane and fly it into your house. Burn your apartment with your family tied to the couch and slit your throat so when you scream, only blood comes out. I doubt that there could ever be a more wicked MC, cause AIDS-infested child molesters are sicker than me. I see the world for what it is, beyond the white and the black. The way the government downplays historical facts, cause the United States sponsored the rise of the Third Reich, just like the CIA trained terrorists terrorists had to fight, build bombs and sneak box cutters onto a flight. When I was a child, the devil himself bought me a mic, but I refused to offer, cause God sent me to strike with skills unused like fallopian tubes in a dike. My words will expose George Bush and Bin Laden as two separate parts of the same seven-headed dragon, and you can't fathom the truth, so you don't hear me. You think Illuminati's just a fucking conspiracy theory? That's why conservative racists are all running shit, and your phone is tapped by the federal government. So I'm jamming frequencies in your brain when you speak to me. Technique to rip a rapper to pieces indecently, pack weapons illegally, cause I'm never hesitant. Sniper scoping up commission, controlling the president. Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in the song, and the song has the cause of death written in cold. The word of God brought to light that it saved your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. Yeah. I hacked the Pentagon for self-incriminating evidence of Republican manufactured white powder pestilence, Marine Corps flak vest with the guns and ammo, spitting bars like a demon stuck inside a piano. Turn a Stanley into a soldier with just one line. So here's the truth about the system that'll fuck up your mind. They gave Al-Qaeda $6 billion in 1989 to 1992, and now the last chapters of Revelations are coming true. And I know a lot of people find it hard to swallow this, cause subliminal bigotry makes you hate my politics, but you act like America wouldn't destroy 2 buildings in a country that was sponsoring bombs dropped on our children. I was watching the towers, and though I wasn't the closest, I saw them crumble to the earth like they were full of explosives, and they thought nobody noticed the news report that they did about the bombs planted on the George Washington Bridge. 4 non-Arabs arrested during the emergency, and then it disappeared from the news permanently. They dubbed the tape of Osama, and they said it was Bruce, jealous of our freedom. I can't believe you bought that excuse. Rocking a motherfucking flag don't make you a hero. Word to ground zero. The devil crept into heaven. God overslept on the 7th. The new world order was born on September 11th. Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in the song, and the song has the cause of death written in cold. The word of God brought to light that it saved your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. And just so conservatives don't take it to heart, I don't think Bush did it because he isn't that smart. He's just a stupid puppet taking orders on his cell phone from the same people that sabotaged Senator Wellstone. The military industry got it popping and locking, looking for a way to justify the Wolfowitz doctrine. And as a matter of fact, Rumsfeld, now that I think back, without 9/11, you couldn't have a war in Iraq or a defense budget of world conquest proportions, kill freedom of speech and revoke the right to abortion, tax cut extortion, a blessing to the wealthy and wicked, but you still have to answer to the Armageddon you scripted. And Dick Cheney, you fucking leech, tell them your plans about building your pipelines through Afghanistan and how Israeli troops strain the Taliban in Pakistan. You might have some house niggas fooled, but I understand colonialism is sponsored by corporations. That's why Halliburton gets paid to rebuild nations. Tell me the truth, I don't scare into paralysis. I know the CIA saw Bin Laden on dialysis in 98 when he was top 10 for the FBI. Government ties is really why the government lies. Read it yourself instead of asking the government why, because then the cause of death will cause the propaganda to die.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up, America? Let me cut my light on. Can y'all see me good? Give me some fire in the comments so I can know if y'all can see me well. If I need to cut my light up some, give me some fire. It's gonna be a nice show for us today. I'm gonna talk about a numerous different things. As y'all see the title, y'all see the title. You know what I'm saying? The revolution from 1966 to right now to 2022. I'm your host, Rico Dukes for They Feel True TV. The leader of the 21st Century Black Panthers and of all Black Panthers. If you hold the title Black Panther or Huey P. Newton, HPN, yes, I am the primary leader. I'm the attorney and founder of They Feel Truth Federal Government of America, the new American federal government. I want y'all to check out my clothing line, Rcdhpn. You just type it up, you'll see my clothing line, you'll see my shoe brand, you'll see the we done teamed up with Feed America to feed, to try to feed the nation thing. We done teamed up with them. So yeah, I want y'all to check that out and support that there. Check out the Black Panther 21st Century Black Panther gift. Make sure that y'all check out my book. Make sure y'all check out and buy my book. True Story of a King, Son of Huey P. Newton. You can purchase it directly from me. Cash App $ leader 79, $25 with your name, phone number, email address, and name, phone number, email address. Yeah, that's it. Name, phone number, email address, and my publishing company, Fast Pencils, ship it directly to your front door. I'm gonna address I know many of y'all probably didn't heard about if any of y'all know Tahaka Bay. I know many of y'all probably didn't heard. He was talking about it one day on his show about it was a document going around on him saying that he was a sex offender, this and that. We're gonna discuss that as well. I'm gonna clear the air on that there because I did the research. I got the documents and everything, so I'm gonna clear the air on that there. We're gonna talk about that, but yeah, let's jump right in this. Let's jump right in this. The revolution from 1966. The original Black Panther stood for political. First of all, let's say this. What is the definition? The reason why the reason why the revolution didn't change from 1966 to 2022. Let me let you know why it didn't change. First, you must understand the definition of revolution. Revolution. This is the definition of revolution. Revolution, a forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. Let me read that for y'all again. A forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. So now what that means is that the 1966 Black Panthers, they was really forming and really had started to achieve their own government. It hadn't got to that point yet, but it was there. This is why they came out with COINTELPRO to dismantle it, okay? Because they was providing medical care. They had their own hospital, their own free clinic care. They had their own grocery store. They had their own schools. They had their own military where they used to patrol and police the police. They had, it just goes on. They had so much stuff, and they was really out here with that. They was really protecting and patrolling their community. Why? Because they was really with a real revolution. Once again, revolution, a forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. Fast forward from 1966 to 2022. 2022, the organization's out today. Every time it's an event that happened with something of somebody getting killed, anything like that, they gonna fly to it because they know the media camera's gonna be there. They know the media camera's gonna be there. They ain't trying to form no grocery stores. They're not trying to form no farms. They're not trying to have their own. They're not trying to have free clinics and free hospitals and things. They're not doing that. Schools and all this right here. Even if what I mean by when I say they're not doing it, if they thinking it in the mind, it's not doing. Putting forth the actions to actually doing it and having this, even if you're doing online classes and you got online school classes going on, you got to educate the people. This is what the original Black Panthers was about, educating the people, not just toting guns. Duh. So this is why you have a lot of these go to all these media news events. Excuse me, all these media news events and want to have all this, all these debates and all this here, all these debates and whatnot, and they just want to appear on the camera because they don't want a revolution. They don't want a revolution. They just want to put it out there to the people as if they're standing for the people, but in fact, they're not standing for the people. They're not standing. In fact, they're not standing for the people. They're standing for themselves. This is why they need to go everywhere where a news camera is. So after a shooting, after a person has been arrested and this and that, or whatever the case may be, and they appear at these different cities on news cameras and focusing this and that and other, what is it? Why are they really there? The person is deceased. God forbid, the person is already deceased. The person who did is dead in jail or whatever the case may be. So what other reason can they be there for other than the camera publicity? They're going to put it out to you that they're, well, oh, we there to support the family. But you gone the next day. You ain't put no patrol. You ain't left no patrol people behind, you know what I'm saying, to protect the family. You ain't put no cars on the road to try to help that community. You ain't did none of that. So once the camera's gone and once the crowd gone, the organizations are gone. This is why they can post it on Facebook and their social media platforms. And now they got it and you see them on a news press conference, but it's still, you see them on all these news press conferences at all these events, but it's still no results, no change. It's still no results, no change, nothing more for the people than what they originally started out at. We too busy bickering with one another. We too busy worrying about what's a personal business rather than what's a person putting out for the people. You see what I'm saying? We too busy worried about how this person dressed or how this person talking or how this here or how that there, rather than seeing the actual actions of this person and what this person is trying to do for the community. If you didn't have 15, 20 years out here, then your work should be known and is walking away from you. Martin Luther King did. Malcolm X did. Until the end. But they provided protection. They changed laws. This is what they got done. If you go to a news press conference and you went to that news press conference and 2-3 years down the line, your news press conference ain't got nothing changed for the people, but your news press conference was supposed to be on the better half of the people. And it's 2, 3, 4 years down the line and you ain't got nothing kind of change, no type of change. I'm talking about not even a small dramatic change. And therefore, it's clearly to the people that you're not doing this for true change for the people. You're doing it for popularity for you and yourself. You know, this is why the people, we can't achieve nothing, because the leaders, it got to first start with us, the leaders. It's our job to lead the people. You know what I'm saying? To teach the people, to give the people strength to stand. But the people can't never get strength enough to stand because they see all the leaders feuding with each other. Malik saying something about me. I'm saying something about Malik. Babu saying something about me. I'm saying something about Babu. OC saying something about Tahaka. Tahaka saying something about OC. You know what I'm saying? It's all this, but ain't none of that there getting nothing done for the people. Ain't none of that getting nothing done for the people. None of that. And you see, this is what real leaders do. You see, I included myself in that there because I'm only human and sometimes things get to me and, you know, I address it. But by me addressing a situation with another leader, that ain't did nothing for our people. It might have did something for me and that leader or whatever, but it ain't did nothing for our people, especially if me and that leader did that there and now we still can't come together and unite and be able to get along for the better cause of our people, then guess what? Me or that leader ain't did nothing for our people. So first of all, we got to get past that. But how do we get past it? It's mandatory. We got to address the bullshit. It's no way for us to get past and get to unity and get to freedom and liberation if we can't address the bullshit of the people that's supposed to be leading us. So we gotta address the fakeness. We gotta address the lies. We gotta address the bullshit. So how, Rico, how do you propose that How do you propose we come together like that when there's so much bickering going on? Because everybody is needed. I'm gonna use an example. We need people that know how to chop down and break down these fakers and these liars and this and that and woo this here, you know what I'm saying? And apply pressure on them and force them to show their real true colors and see if they can hold leadership position. We need people like Tahaka. We need people like Mia X. We need people, you know what I'm saying, like Kendrick. We need people like OC. We need people like this right here. You know what I'm saying? We need people like that. I'm not saying that anyway, but we need people like that though, to force the hands of people that's calling, they want to lead the people, to give the people a better chance and a better idea and a view of a person that they really just want to follow, other than just saying, hey, I want to follow them this here because this here, then 2-3 years down the line, you still ain't got nothing. Now you're trying to figure out, damn, am I following the wrong organization, the wrong leader, or what? We got to check these leaders. The people look towards us to lead them. The people look towards us to stand against this oppressed system for them. The people look to us for this here. But how can they find strength in us leaders if they see we ain't even got strength amongst ourselves? I'm gonna make a primary example like this here. OC the Great sent me a document about Tahaka Bay, saying that Tahaka Bay had a sexual charge. On this document, I already spoke to Tahaka Bay about this right here and told him that I was going to, address this here about OC, this, that, and I already told him that. So, yeah, I told him to tune in and join into the show. I don't know if he's going to tune in or whatever, but OC sent me the document telling me that, because he when I went on Tahaka Bay show, OC immediately got in contact with me, asked me, dog, man, why you went on his show? He a pedophile and this and that. No, I didn't know that, though, man, but what they got to do with me going on the show? Oh, who do this here, who do that, there, this, that, and that, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so he sent me that. I say, okay, man, I don't go about all this that you talking about. So make a long story short, I did a show with him. He still had to send me the paperwork. So he said something about it, and I addressed it on that. Now you didn't send me the paperwork. Okay, so the next day he sent me the paperwork saying, and it had a circle down at the bottom saying, it had Tahaka Bay name up there, Maryland, Baltimore court, this, that, and woo to woo. Furthermore, let me see if I can. I don't know if I'm on this phone right here, but yeah. He sent me the paper. I was going to try to send it to her. I put it up on the screen so y'all can see it, but I thought about it on the other device instead of the one that is on. But so he sent me the document, and I sent Tahaka the document and asked Tahaka about it. Tahaka told me that the document was when he was locked up, and he was getting ready to get released. And you know how they run a sex check on him and had a Y down there to say registered lifetime sex offender, and then had a Y down there. So Tahaka told me that's not what that's for, this, that, and none. Okay, it had a case number up there at the top. So by me being an attorney, so what I did today, I went into the Maryland court. I went into the Maryland Baltimore District Court system. Typed this case number up that OC the Great sent me. Typed this case number up inside their court records. Pulled the entire case up. The case number that the paperwork that OC the Great sent me. I'm gonna post it on my Facebook page, so y'all be sure to go on my Facebook page and see the evidence. And this is what I mean by when I say we gotta address the bullshit. We gotta address lies. We gotta address real, bro. Ain't no sense if you got a personal problem with a leader, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But if both of y'all are doing things to help get the people, to help get the message out, we need to figure out a way how we can come together. We can't never come together because you got a personal vendetta with this person for whatever personal reason. If there's no harm and no person did you no physical harm or did your family no physical harm, then you shouldn't have no reason to be into it like that, though. We're gonna all have differences. We're gonna all have different opinions, because we different individuals. So we're not gonna all see the same thing. We're not gonna all understand the same thing at the same time. But that don't mean that we go to feuding with each other because of that right there. That's what we got to get strong at. But back to the point. So I pulled the system up and it popped up. Let me get the case number so I can call the case number out for y'all. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Now I'm back. Now, the case number for Antonio Toronto Johnson. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Toronto, yeah. Toronto. Antonio Toronto Johnson. Case number 2C00435157. Case number 2C00435157 for Tahaka Bay in Baltimore, California. Baltimore, Maryland. That case number goes to a misdemeanor second degree assault. Once again, that case number goes to a misdemeanor second degree assault, meaning that in Maryland court, that just basically means that's everywhere. A simple assault is basically you put your hands on somebody without their consent. That's basically what that means. It ain't nothing got nothing to do with no sexual charge, no none of that there, none of so. I got in touch with OC and sent OC all the documents, told him that he owed Tahaka Bay an apology. And he ain't got back in touch with me yet. You know what I'm saying? So this what we gotta do. We gotta stop this here amongst ourselves if we ever want to be able to prosper and be able to have unity with each other. We gotta get past our personal bullshit with each other. That's not benefiting the people. We got to come up with plans on how we can come together and go get 1,000 acres for the people. So we can start building on this 1,000 acres. So we can build our grocery store. So we can build our hospital. So we can build our school. So we can build our daycare. So we can provide jobs for our people. So we can protect our people. This is what we got to figure out how to do. Us feuding with each other don't get us nowhere. Us having personal vendettas with each other don't get each other nowhere. You know how the oppressors sit back and look at us, the oppressors sit back and look at us, but they talking about they want to go to war with us. They going to war with each other. And we ain't got to do nothing. Even the organization that's supposed to be leading the people, they going to war with each other, but they saying they want to go to war with us. They not even organized amongst themselves, but they want to come and go to war with a superpower where we organize worldwide. You see what I'm saying? We gotta think, man. We gotta think. We gotta come past all this right here. I'm gonna drop the link. Y'all hold up for a second. I'm gonna drop the link. I'm gonna drop the link in the comments. And y'all want to tune in or whatever? Tune in. I'm gonna drop it in there. Hold on. Give me a second. The link in the comments, y'all. The stream your link in the comments. So if you want to tap in, you know what I'm saying? If you got any kind of, if you got an opinion, you got something you want to talk about, you got something that you feel, you know what I'm saying? Any type of way that you think that we can try to get past this right here and get and get to the real unity part. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna need organizations that know how to do nursing. That's what they're gonna do, nursing. We're gonna need organizations that know how to train the soldiers. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need organizations that know how to do teaching. We're gonna need that there. This is how we form our nation, man. This is how we form our nation. Every organization is good at something. Every organization has its own leader. So when I say I'm the primary leader, I mean I'm the primary leader of all organizations, because I don't see no other organizations trying to do what we trying to do, actually to bring the people together, addressing this like this right here, and actually trying to end the problem while creating unity at the same time. Yes, we also understand that we can't unite everybody, because everybody's not like-minded. So we only can unite the like-minded ones. So it's many like-minded leaders out here that's in this revolution. But the question is, how many of them really understand a forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system? That is a revolution. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get this here for y'all real quick. I should have did this on the other phone, but I can't never. I can't on the other device. I can't never hear on that device. But so everything is this one that we on. But yeah, I want to let y'all hear, but y'all can go back on my channel and listen at me and Malik, me and Malik Shabazz 45-minute conversation. And Malik Shabazz asked me, how can the NBP unite with us? And what is the proposal? What do I come to the table with? So I told him the proposal is the same thing as what I came to the table with at first. We came in the door with our own government. We want to legalize these organizations with they feel true federal government badges so we can go and do what we want. So we can go and do what we need to do and stand for the people how we need to stand for the people. Malik Shabazz say, you got a good point there. That sounds good. You talking about something now. This is what I've been talking about the whole time. But we can't get to that point because the personal difference. Malik Shabazz got a piece of a military. Huey P. New Gun Club got a piece of a military. Fred Hampton Gun Club got a piece of a military. We combine all these together with real federal power and federal authority, then guess what? That's not under the U.S. government power. Guess what we're doing? Now our people see us coming together. Now our people gonna start standing with us in ways that they never stood because they see those that are leading the people. We have put our personal difference to the side to achieve the ultimate goal, which is freedom and liberation for the people, to protect the people, to provide for the people. They no longer see us bickering with each other. They see us uniting. They see us coming together to solve the biggest problem that we have is the oppression against the people. This is what we got to figure out. Once again, like I told y'all, the link down at the bottom. I see a lot of people in here, so if you got something to say, click the link. Come on in and click the link. You know, it got to start with us, the leaders. What are we really doing? Are we really in this here for the betterment of our people and actually trying to free our people into our own system? Or are we in this here just for a publicity stunt? To be seen, to be noticed, to try to make dollars off the people while in the long run, not providing the people nothing. We just making the people think this is that what we're really in it for? And when I say we, I include myself because this is a revolution and I'm in it and this is what I'm telling y'all. So I want y'all to judge me off of my actions. Judge me off of what I say. Hold me accountable for what I say. Hold me accountable for my actions. If I tell you that I'm trying to do something for the people in 6 months, 7 months down the line, 8 months, a year down the line, I don't have no progress, check me about that. Tell me this here. Get on me about this here. Leaders supposed to lead the people. The people shouldn't have to check the leader if the leader doing what he's supposed to do. True enough, sometimes things take time to do things, but it's still a progress. It's still supposed to be some form of progress in there. It don't supposed to never be constantly take from the people, but ain't nothing never being give back to the people. It don't never supposed to be that there. So when these organizations charging people for gun trainings and this and that, but they ain't giving the people nothing back, what is that? You, the people, got to question this. So you, the people, got to check that there. Why ain't this training, what y'all doing, what they doing in your community, protecting your community? The same ones who charging you $60 to enter these gun training, you know, these supposed to be the ones that's giving back to the community, protecting and patrolling the community. The 21st century, we uniting with a lot of organizations. You know, we united with the People's Government of Detroit. We united with the Republican of New Africa. We united with several Black Panther organizations. We united with Indigenous Nations organizations. We united with many people. So don't think that we here. But you'll never see us when something happens. We go. We finna fly out here just to go and be on the camera scene. You ain't never finna do us. You ain't never finna see the 21st century and none of our allies that's really with us do that. You'll never see us just in front of the camera, want to be in front of a camera, but we know we ain't gonna get no results from what we in front of this camera doing. That's all it is at the 21st century. We don't believe in doing something without seeing no results. It's just like it's a waste of a cause, waste of a time. So if something gonna be done in that nature right there, police kill a person and shoot them 60 times like this had just happened. Why ain't no Panther? How many Panther organizations? How many gun formation organizations? How many of y'all ready to go to I forget where it happened. I want to say Ohio. Where did it happen at? Huh? When that boy got shot from 60 times? Oh, but yeah, I think it happened in Ohio, if I ain't mistaken. I'm not really sure, you know what I'm saying? Don't quote me on that there, but I forget the state that it happened in. But the boy gets shot 60 times by the police and this, that, and how many of these organizations, how many of y'all ready to go and surround this police force and tell them their service is no longer needed in that state, in that county, because that would not be tolerated amongst our community and our people. How many organizations ready to do this? Not too many of them. You know why? Because a revolution, a forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new society. So now, but the 1776 Declaration of Independence give you the authority and power to abolish a government when you see this government as being an unjust government to you and oppressing you. You have the power to create a government system that functions for you and works for you and your people. This is how my pop established the Black Panthers Party for Self-Defense on those very grounds what I just gave you. 1776 Declaration of Independence, the right to abolish a government. News press conference ain't getting us nowhere. Marching ain't getting us nowhere. Singing kumbayas and no freedom, no what it is, no justice, no peace. While we started singing no justice, no peace, they started putting 60 bullets in our back. They started breaking our necks in the police vans. They started kneeling on our necks for 9 minutes. They started hanging us by trees when we go protest about what they doing for us. We go protest, soon the protest over with somebody hanging in the tree. But we started singing kumbayas, no justice, no peace. We see they ain't giving us no justice, but yet we still giving peace. Rico, well, how do you propose that we do this? And first we got to unite. We got to come together. We got to put our differences to the side and understand and see that this is way bigger than any of our personal problems and vendetta towards one another. There is no way for us to achieve freedom for the people if we can't even achieve freedom amongst ourselves. There is no way for us to achieve taking care of another country if we can't even take care of the people we see right here with us every day. How can we begin to achieve these things if we can't achieve the beginning of the things? First, we must understand that how do we stop this here? Stop supporting their system. Form our own system, our own government, our own grocery store, our own hospital, our own bank, our own land, our own lake, our own gas source, our own water source, electric source. This is how we do it. But Rico, that's a big task. We start small. How we start small? We start supporting Black-owned businesses. We start supporting oppressed businesses. Man, but I don't want to support no black man, man. They always do it. Well, you should feel like that about everybody there. Anybody I want to start there, you should feel like that. Especially your oppressor. That's what we got to stop doing. We got to stop making excuses, but say we won't change. We got to be willing to lose something in order to gain something. We want all this shit to change, but we don't want to do nothing to get it to change. Soon as a little trial and tribulation come our way for what we trying to change, oh, we scared. Oh, yo, master, I'm gone. Master, I go pick that cotton. So yes, sir, I go pick that cotton, man. Yes, sir, I ain't gonna do it no more, man. I go pick that cotton. I be good boy. I be good girl. I'm sorry, master. That's what we do. But yet you in the cotton field steady talking about, I'm tired of picking this damn cotton. Oh, why the fuck you out there picking it for then? When Kanye West said slavery was a choice, I understand fully 100% what he meant. Slavery was a choice because you have the right and freedom to stand against oppression. You choose not to stand because you were in fear for whatever reason it is you were in fear for. That's your choice. That's why he said slavery was a choice. From when they broke chains on us all the way to where we at right now today, it's a choice. So slavery now today, we choose to stay illiterate because we fear what they might do to us if we start standing for our freedom. Well, let me explain something, get you to understand something. You scary, weak-blooded, weak-mindless, and spineless. You know what I'm saying? Let me get you to understand something. I'm talking to those that's afraid like that. Let me get you to understand something. Freedom ain't never been free. Freedom ain't never came without bloodshed. When have they ever let you be free without bloodshed? When have they ever let you be free without sending you through trials and tribulations for trying to be free? So many of us have become content. We have become conditioned with the process and the situation that we in. We have become enslaved in our own mind, our own body, in our own heart. How have we become enslaved like that? Having fear within ourselves that we won't win what we set out to do. We won't achieve what we set out to do. Freedom is everything. Liberation is more. The pursuit of happiness is priceless. How can you be cool with this oppressed system, but you say it don't affect you and yours? You pay the same price at the gas pump as everybody else paid on. But remember, it don't affect you and yours. You say it don't affect you and yours. You pay the same prices in the grocery stores like everybody else, don't it? You go in the grocery store and you can't find what you want to find on it. When they stop that cargo shipment out there of all the groceries coming in and all that there, you suffer just like everybody else did then, right? But it don't affect you and yours, right? They killing people all around the country, schools, hospitals, bus terminals, everywhere. They just having target practice. But yet you still worried about talking about what your joints are gonna do. You still worried about talking about shaking your ass on social media and you a bad female and you fine and you a real nigga and all that. But you terrified to really stand and try to change what you say that you sick of. You'll talk about it all day long. You'll tell all your friends about it. You'll tell other people what they should be doing, the ideal that you had that you think they should do, and you'll do all these things, but you yourself won't make a move. Why? If you voicing these ideals, that's clear that you understand what's going on. So the only other way to look at that would be that you are afraid. Many people use different words, different terms, different slogans for afraid to make it sound better. Maybe you're one of those people. We have to unite with ourselves. We have to understand ourselves. We have to be bigger than we ever had to be. Because we got so much against us, y'all. If we don't come together, these people gonna wipe us out. If we don't fight, they gonna enslave us. If we don't stand, they gonna walk all over us. How much longer you gonna stay around? Another 100 years so they can bamboozle you some more? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna continue to scream justice, no peace? Are we going to continue to walk around holding our signs? Are we going to continue to protest and run into news conference events? Or are we going to really put some action into what we're doing? And another thing, to all you organizations, to every organization that's out here, any organization, what is boots on the ground? Boots on the ground is not you going and marching somewhere. Boots on the ground is not you going to go address somebody because somebody called a woman a B or called a black person an N-word. Boots on the ground is not you going to a school to address somebody because a child got suspended or kicked out or whatever the case. That's not boots on the ground. Boots on the ground is providing protection and resources for your people. You're addressing somebody about somebody being called a nigga, a B or this, that. That's not protecting your people. I'm pretty sure whoever that person was, they got a husband or they got a brother or something. So it should have never went to an organization had to go and do that. You see what I'm saying? Women call each other bees every day. Men do the same thing, but yet you're going beef with somebody else about that. First, you got to learn how to respect yourself. That's what we got to do. So boots on the ground is provide patrolling and policing the police. Having you a grocery store, having you a real estate, or having you some kind of business where you can provide some resources to your people, a job or something to your people. That's boots on the ground. I hear all this all the time. Boots on the ground, boots on the ground, boots on the ground. I don't understand. I don't think they understand the real definition of boots on the ground. Boots on the ground don't consist every time you turn around, you're doing live videos or you posting you and your organization out there with guns, but it ain't, or you, whatever the case may be. Boots on the ground ain't you going to go feed the homeless and you got 30 of y'all all out there and y'all out there taking pictures and doing this here. That's not boots on the ground. A lot of them people that's homeless don't even want to be seen on the camera like that. So that shows the people that you're not doing it for you. You're doing it so you can do exactly what you're doing. Post it on social media. The God that I serve say, go do for people publicly and I reward you privately. Meaning, don't boast and brag about what you're going to go do with people. Meaning, you're going to go feed the homeless. So you got 30 of your people, y'all out there. Oh, before y'all even feed the homeless, y'all and took pictures and this and that. And this, y'all going down the line with your camera, filming the people. That's not how that go. But when we address these things, people get in their feelings because they be the ones that's doing that. You don't have to publicize what you're doing for those people. It will soon spread like wildflowers and it will be public. And you didn't have to do nothing but keep doing your services. They advertise those type of things and guns and showing up with their guns and taking pictures, but they don't show you the part to where they going to go around a police station, or they got in they patrol cars and they just pulled up behind the police because they doing something wrong to somebody, so they went over there and arrested the police. They don't show you that because they're not doing it, because that consists of a revolution. Which a revolution is any time that you're trying to come out of the system. Anytime that you want a better system for you. So when you pull your money out their system, that's a revolution. So we got to be able to come together, y'all. I want y'all to share this right here. Share this, share this, share this, share this, share this, because every person that say they're a revolutionary need to hear this. Every person that say they stand for freedom and liberation for the oppressed people, all people, they need to hear this. So make sure y'all share this right here on your channels, on your social media platform. Make sure y'all share this. We got to fix this, America. We got to fix this. There's no way for us to not get this together, you know. Oh, that happened in Ohio, K-Mo? It was, I see, I'm glad you said that there. I didn't know that was Ohio. Like 60 times, man. 60 times. 60 times. So, how many organizations is ready to go to Ohio and tell Ohio police their services are no longer needed in the community? Not go and appear in front of no camera, not go down to no district attorney's office and try to get charges filed on somebody, not go to a police station and say, hey, we want this officer arrested. No. How many organizations is ready to go and arrest this officer? How many? The new Black Panther Party, the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, the Fred Hampton Gun Club. How many? How many of us is really ready to go and do that though? 60 times. 60 times. Whether he was shooting at them or whatever the case may be. Whether he was shooting at them or whatever the case may be. How many of us ready to do that? But I bet you it's 1,000 organizations that's on their way to Ohio so they can be on that camera. Because they know the press is going to be there, and they know that it's going to be press everywhere throughout their city where it happened. So they're going to have a good chance to be on camera if they show up in a Panther gear. But they know they ain't really going to do nothing but show up. And do what? And do what? I don't want to show up just to be on no camera scene. They got YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They got all that there for that. I don't want to show up to be on no camera scene and we ain't gonna get no result done. The 21st century, we ain't rocking with that. We ain't going. We not going. Exactly, K-Boo. Could have been any one of us, bro. Any one of us. We not rocking with that though. You know what I'm saying? That's unnecessary traveling. That's unnecessary doing things, and we ain't trying. We don't have no destination for a result that we looking for. We just want to go and be on the camera. What result is we looking for going up there? What result? If you're an organization and you still going to ask people to go and arrest somebody, then you're not a revolutionary organization. If you got the manpower in your organization and you got the guns to go and do that and you ain't did it yet, why? You should learn about 1047.4 CFR code. Arrest authority gives you, the people, the right to arrest. It's on my Facebook page. Everything I tell you is validated. I posted the actual law up there. So how many people really ready for this right here? Or all y'all just a bunch of talk? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Ain't no sense of saying you ready to go and take over something and you know your organization ain't got no guns. There's no point. That's faking. There's no point in that. Well, if we're going to do that, we must be prepared and we must understand everything full-fledged. If I got to live on earth and be afraid to stand up for righteous, to be afraid to stand up for justice, for the people that I see suffering from this injustice, why in the hell am I here? I don't want to be nowhere like that. I don't want to be nowhere like that. Well, I got to be afraid to stand up for what's right. I got to be afraid to be able to speak what's right. If I got to live like that, I don't even want to live. This is how passionate and for real I am about what I'm doing. Rico, well, how you doing? How you for real about that? I established our own government. Meaning we got things in our cars and this and that. So that's showing the system we pulling away from this shit. We starting our own. We went and got us a bank. We showing the banking system we finna pull away from y'all system. We don't want to be in y'all system. We went and got our own mailing service. We showing them that we don't want to be in y'all system. We want our own system to provide for our own people. We do more than just talk. We got to do this, and we got to form our own structure. We got to form our own nation. We have been crying and whining and dying for the same thing. We crying to the system that's oppressing us, and we really think that they're going to stop us putting up a fight. Do you really think that they want to free you? Yeah, they'll give you a monument down on Washington. They'll give you a monument on Washington in Washington, D.C. But when you ask them for real reparation to be free, well, they ain't gonna give you that. They ain't gonna give you no land. They ain't gonna give you no water supply. They ain't gonna give you no oil supply. They ain't gonna give you no gas supply. They ain't gonna give you no electricity supply. They ain't gonna give you no farm. They ain't gonna give you no grocery store. They ain't gonna give you no hospital. They ain't gonna give you nothing that it takes for you to be independent upon yourself. They'll give you a street sign. They go and murder one of us. Then they come back and give you a street sign. Once you cause enough commotion and enough protests and holding signs and going on news conference, they're going to give you a street you feel like you don't want. Or we're naming the street out of this person here. Get a family $10-15 million. Now you think you don't want. Now you on TV hollering justice. It's justice. Justice? Really? But they ain't giving you no freedom, nor no justice. So what? I mean, somebody help me understand. Somebody help me understand what I really need to understand, because I'm baffled. They give you a monument, a bronze statue of a person on Washington, D.C. And y'all cherished it like you'd have made a big point, like you'd have made Oh, anybody want to join in? The link is in in the comment section. Just click the link and I pop up and see you in there. And I put you in. And King, authenticated. Hold up. Where you went to? Oh, okay. Come on in, King. I think I invited you in. You in? Click whoever just sit there, click it again. I'm gonna put the description in. I'm gonna put the link in the thing again. Hold up. I'm gonna put the link in that and then voice call again. Hold up, y'all. There you go. The description in the chat. I mean the link in the chat. Yeah, you know, we got to do better than man. How we won't change when we scared ourselves. We terrified. How we gonna change something? And we terrified.
Yo, Rico.
Hey, got my brother Kendrick on, y'all. That's Kendrick Wilson. He was the private investigator for the Breonna Taylor case. Kendrick, what you think, man? I know you listening in on everything I was saying, man. Man, let the people hear what you think about this, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better than this, man. We feuding and bickering with each other behind personal problems, and ain't none of that doing nothing for our people. We all gonna have some kind of problem or some kind of disagreement with each other, but how can we get past that and focus on the main primary goal, which is the freedom and liberation for our people, man?
Well, let me say this, man, because I've been on my Facebook page for the last 3 hours, so I kind of missed the basics of the conversation. I just found out she was on because I was on my Facebook for the last 3 hours talking to the people. I appreciate the introduction. I want to also add to the introduction, man. I'm also a fan and a student of Rico's, man. Rico's a hell of a teacher, man. I done learned a lot of things from Rico. And I'm a fan of what he's standing up for and what he's doing right now. So, yeah, I was a private investigator on the Breonna Taylor case, and I've done a lot of great work with that. And I'm still working my butt off to get her justice. But I think I want to also, announce that I'm a fan of Rico Dukes, and everything that he's doing right now as far as standing up and exposing some of the people that need to be exposed. And I'm also a student. I've learned a lot of things from him. So I want to add that to the resume.
Yeah, America, for y'all that don't know, Kendrick is a big reason to the structure of the 21st century. You see a lot of the people, like my minister of defense, who was Kyle Walker's of 21st century. I was introduced to him by Kendrick.
Right.
Another member that introduced Gino introduced me and Kendrick together.
Right. Right.
So I mean, it's like when the energy is there and the energy is meant to be, it's gonna all come together.
Right.
So, I was watching Kendrick's show with OC the Great yesterday, and I was listening to it's like, first, the people, you got to understand that God put people here for every particular in different reasons.
Right.
Now, if Kendrick is a private investigator on a case, he's gonna have evidence that the people don't see, that the media ain't putting out. Because he's actually tied to that case. If I'm telling you a certain law, I'm telling you this law because I'm in that field. But people will argue and bicker and try to contradict the person that's trying to teach you and show you this here. That's our biggest part. But soon as the European put up on the TV, hey, this here happened, you believe immediately what the news say.
Yeah. 100%.
And I felt what you were saying last night when you were saying that I mean, it's like it's just so much, bro. It's just so much to where if we can't come together right here in America where we oppressed it, if we can't If I can't sit up and talk to Kendrick and me and Kendrick talk and we have a heated disagreement, and you know what, man? Then 2, 3 days, 4 days down the line, if we can't come back together, be like, you know what, bro? This, that, and the, and figure out a resolution. How can we call ourselves leaders?
Right.
If me and you ain't did no physical harm to each other, I ain't tried to harm you, I ain't tried to harm your family, you ain't tried to harm me, you ain't tried to harm my family. Why can't we still sit down after we had our big disagreement and figure out, hey, where can we meet it in the middle to where it's safe for you and it's safe for me, and we can still unite and move forward for the people?
That's one thing I value, Rico, about me and your relationship. A lot of people will never be able to guess this from seeing us, speak in public and speak online with each other. Me and Rico didn't had disagreements. We didn't had falling outs and everything, but we didn't let that come between the ultimate goal, which is to build and to continue to find common ground and help the people that need our help, the people that need our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be, especially when you're on this journey, when you see people who are on the journey and the people that are chosen, only few are called. When you see people on their journey, God don't show you everybody in that Bible getting along. You see people bumping heads, but at the end of the day, the common ground was they believed and they had faith in God. So at the end of the day, man, it's beautiful to see like what you're doing, Rico, man, because you're not standing for the drama really at all. You're addressing the drama, but not standing for it. And then you're trying to move on and build. Like, for example, people don't know what goes on behind closed doors. They don't understand how you ended up on OC show. People would think like, oh, they got something going on. They've been knowing each other the whole time. But I purposely called OC because I seen Rico was on Tahaga Bay's show. And I noticed that when Rico was giving a statement, Tahaga Bay muted him. And when it was muted, it came back on and he kind of made it like you might have said something that you didn't really say. And OC could have took that wrong. So I immediately called OC, because I knew he was watching. I said, hey, OC, I want you to talk to Rico. I'm going to give you his number. Y'all exchange contacts. I can be on the phone or not be on the phone. But I want y'all to talk about that situation with the show, because I know Rico didn't have no bad intent or no harm by what he was saying. He was just basically saying he didn't know you, didn't know who you was. And so when you and OC got to talk, that was beautiful, because anything could have came out of it. Could have been drama. And next thing you got another show, Rico dissecting OC or OC dissecting Rico. And it's all off the back of Tahaga Bay's immaturity, man. Like, the man has a beautiful platform, the way it's structured, and it's a nice platform the way it runs. But the content, the people, you look at the comments, the way they've been poisoned, it's gross, man. Because that right there is not gonna do nothing for us. The platform itself, I give him props, is beautiful. Even though it was a lot of people like myself that helped him build it. A lot of people who came on and participated in giving some good shows or whatever. There's a few decent shows on there, but for the most part, especially the last year and a half, it's garbage, man. It's garbage, man. And it's focused on just destroying with no blueprint to build, man. And I'm so glad that people like yourself are going on there to show what a true leader and somebody who's not, you're not scared to address what's wrong, but at the same time, you want to focus on what we need to be doing as far as building.
Exactly. If we spend all our time focusing on what somebody not doing and this and that, everybody could be doing something. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just like with OC and Tahaka. I went on OC show. I went on Tahaka show. Then I went on OC show.
Right.
Because I want to show people that, hey, man, just because you have a difference with somebody, like I didn't agree with everything. I don't agree with everything Tahaka say. Tahaka don't agree with everything I say. OC don't agree with everything I say. I don't agree with everything he say. But I'm still willing to work with them to unite for the bigger cause of the whole. You see what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier, that we need people like you, OC and Tahaka, around to dissect the fraud. It got to be pressure applied to fraudulent activities, to fraudulent things. That's why I addressed the document that OC sent me today on the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I addressed it there. And I would just let the world know that basically, like, document that he sent me with the case number on there, that goes to a 2nd degree misdemeanor assault. And I explained to him what a 2nd degree misdemeanor. So, we can't We can't receive information about somebody and then just go and spread that information without doing our own homework just because we feel some type of way because this person might have said something about us on their show. That's that person's right and opinion to be able to disagree or feel a different way than what, you know what I'm saying, than what you feel.
I just got off my Facebook Live, right? I was on there for 3 hours. I gave a live show, right? I had 1,500 people tune in just in 3 hours. I got over 1,500 views already, right? I received that document from Tahaga, that situation, that what it was saying about Tahaga. I got that, right? And other people have had it, and it's been floated around and sent to me before. Did I mention that on my show? Did I put that out there for those 1,500 people to see? No, because that's not what I'm interested in. Like, I'm willing to address it and correct it as leaders and man. We talked to him about
and
this.
that's what I did, man.
And that's what I did. I texted him about it. He said what he said. I'm like, cool. Cause I just sent this. I said, damn, when I sent it to him. That's it. But I told
Tahaka that OC owed him an apology. I told OC the same thing when I texted him, OC, you owe that man an apology, bro, because that charge that you sent me, that paperwork, don't go to a sexual assault case, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You owe that as you trying to be a leader or whatever you're trying to be, you owe that man at least an apology for that. Hey, man, I said that this year, and you know what I'm saying? You owe an apology for that. Even if you don't say nothing else to him, you owe him that much. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
but what I will say, what goes around comes around. That if it ain't true, which I don't have a dog in that fight. If it ain't true, that's what he does. He takes stuff like that and misconstrue it. I watched this man do that with my federal lawsuit, and he gave a whole show of just misinformation. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, it's not cool, but at the same time, karma is real.
You know, that's what I mean by if we understood that in a revolution, it's gonna be publicity. It's gonna be people that's not gonna look at and see things how we see it, and not, you know, it's gonna be people that just gonna try to dissect us. We got to take that as an energy. You see what I'm saying? We got to take that as strength when they trying to dissect us, because when you solid all the way through, there is no dissecting to see things how we see it, and not, you know,
100%.
That there is no dissecting when you 100 when you solid all. I'm talking about from the mind down to the feet. When you solid all the way through, there is no dissecting that.
Right.
Men would try, but men would not be able to dissect.
And here's the thing: there's a difference between being a man and making mistakes, going through the steps that we go through from boy to man and the transitions in life. A lot of these I see on these YouTube shows, they try to take like what normal men go through and make it like that's such a bad thing. No, it's not about what you did. It's about what you learned and where you at in life now. Like, I've had a lot of situations that I'm not proud of in life, but I learned from them. And I continue to grow as a young man that was making mistakes into a man that's minimized my mistakes. And that's ultimately what it's about. I see what's going on with a lot of these YouTube shows. They're putting the spotlight on people who are just making the mistakes that you make when you're transitioning from a boy to a man. And then when you go from a man to a leader, because that's a whole nother growth too. When you're going from a man to a leader, there's going to be mistakes made.
That's another step. That's another step.
Yeah.
See, I look at it. This is how I look. People ask me all the time, like Tahaka asked me, like, Rico, okay, so what's your plan for the 21st century? This is our plan with that. This is what I think all organizations should be like. Like, okay, I'm gonna make a prime example. Kendrick Wilson, he a private investigator. We got Dayfield Truth. Okay, Kendrick, we all united together. He's a private investigator, so he know other people that think like him and they him. Okay, that's the private investigator part that we need. The new Black Panther Party, here, new Gun Club part, that's the enforcement part. Okay, the people that go and feed the clothing, people this, that, and other, that's the recess part. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the retail part to provide food and clothes for the people. You know what I'm saying? The people that do nursing care and all them organizations, they provide. So then we start to have our own structure, our own resources for our people. You know what I'm saying? Other than us feuding with Kendrick about him. What he doing, that's what he do. He investigates. So he know how to investigate better than I do.
Right.
I got a government. But he know how to investigate way better than I do. You see what I'm saying? So me being a leader, him being a leader, you can't be ashamed to say when somebody else has a better skill than you. You see what I'm saying? And this is where we have a lot of our conflict in, and a lot of we feel, well, what you did, what you got. That's not that's not okay. What you got and what I got, can we put this together and try to make something happen for the people? Is the goal. But that ain't how we do it though. We totally different. What you got, what you done did, what kind of service you got, what if a person don't have no service, but they got a good ideal and a heart to want to come in the movement and try to get a service like that? So you see what I'm saying? It's gonna take all of us to grow and be mature,
right,
rather than immature.
right.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's immature when we constantly feud about each other. And I'm saying something about Malik. Malik saying something about me. Babu saying something about me. I'm saying something about Babu. Taka saying something about OC. OC saying something about Tahaka. It's Kendrick saying something about Tahaka. Tahaka saying something about Kendrick. Ain't none of that did nothing for the people.
Right. But my thing is this, man. When you do that, you face each other. I'm not gonna talk about somebody on a platform with audience watching and then be afraid to face them with audience watching. My thing is with all these people, everybody can say what they want to say, but face that person and say it face to face, not scripted. I don't want to talk to you on the phone or woo about it. Let's do it not scripted. Now, if you don't want to do it in front of people, okay, yeah, we can talk on the phone or whatever. But at the end of the day, I see a lot of people who say a lot of stuff, but then when you see them face that person, when you see somebody face a Rico after they done said what they said about you, you seen what happened with the conversation you had with Malik, right? Same thing with the people who've been hating on me. When you put us face to face, it don't add up. And then you see somebody shining bright like a star, which is people like yourself and myself. I'm just not understanding where people are trying to go with what they're trying to do other than backwards. And then with your situation with the government, I want to let people know what you created because they got it all misconstrued. When you look at the foundation of this government in this country, y'all need to, are y'all listening to what this man has started? He's saying he started, key word. He just started this, y'all. Like just recent years, just started laying the foundation to start this, y'all. Do you know what this government looked like when it first started? There's a bunch of people that didn't know what the hell they was doing, but they went to other countries and pulled talent from this country, talent from that country, talent from this slave or whatever. Just pulled different talents together and really was able to get this piece of land up and running. Don't expect this man and everything to be running smooth and perfect. He's starting. It's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. The question is, are y'all trying to be at the finish, be a part of the finish of what's getting built right now? That's the question, man. Everybody expecting all this stuff to be perfect, expecting my research with Breonna Taylor and everything to be perfect and me not to make mistakes. I just started doing this work.
Taylor say there has to be a certain level of maturity for someone to be able to actually communicate the differences and understand each other without doing all the rah-rah mess. People refuse to let that ego go. And that and you're right about that. You're so right about that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was just speaking about, that we gotta be able to be more mature, you know what I'm saying? Right. We grown men, so we individual people, so we gonna see things somewhat different. But if the main basis of our mind frame is freedom and liberation for our people from an oppressed system, then we are like-minded. That don't mean that because he like pizza, I'ma like pizza, or because he like to wear suits, I'ma wear suits. That don't mean that. That just mean that we got the same mind frame of freedom. He might be the part of the free. He might be the part that go into the courtroom. I might be the part to go into the military, but not they military, meaning that functional military that's training our people. And he might be the part that's going into the courtroom that's fighting the people. You see what I'm saying? Or it might be vice versa. But we got to be able to get past that right there in order to be able to have real strong unity for our people, man, and be able to have.
And people gotta also understand this. And you see the gap. There's a gap like between me, you, and Chief Eagle Eye. There's a gap, right? People got to understand it, especially when it comes to people like me. I'm like one of the youngest on the totem pole when it comes to this leadership thing. And I'm like one of the youngest that's out there active in as far as our circle and the stuff that's going on with the people we know in the YouTube world and who's communicating, you know, this stuff about the Black Panther Party, Breonna Taylor case, and everything else is going on. I'm one of the youngest, right? You have to understand that at the age I'm at, right? I'm mature, right? I'm mature. Mature is not something that just you become, it's something that you grow in. So I'm mature, but I'm still young with my maturity. So meaning that I'm still attracted to immaturity because that's what I was involved in. I've been involved in immaturity longer than I have maturity because I'm not old and wise now. I'm in my 30s, bro. Meaning those early 30s and 20s and 16, 17. And as a kid, I was immature. I got more experience with being immature than I do being mature. So I'm just now tapping in with this being mature thing and realizing what it's all about. And it's about growing and minimizing what minimizing like how much time you give immature situations, but it's gonna happen even as grown men. Y'all sometimes backpedal and get involved in immature situations, but what makes you grown is you're not doing that all day every day. You're gonna stay
Positive,
focused on being mature more.
positive. Say Kendrick's style is genuine. Much respect to both kings speaking.
I
Appreciate that. Positive.
appreciate that. But yeah, and that's why I love you know, talking to you. People don't realize how much me and you talk. I love talking to Chief because at the end of the day, y'all are two very mature grown men that I see are not just mature, but y'all seasoned with y'all maturity. Y'all not perfect. Y'all might have y'all immature moments, but for the most part, I see what I need to be. Like I have two people in front of me, and you and Chief Eagle Eye, and then I have a Tahaga Bay that's right there in the age group, right? And I see what the difference. What I could easily be a Tahaga. I think I've showcased that you know I can stir up some drama, I can joke on some people, I can do some research, and I can easily do that. But at the end of the day, I want to be more of what you and Chief are, and then add what I can add to that. I want to have that image, and I think that's ultimately the beautiful image that needs to be advertised to our Black community.
Indeed, indeed, and that's the only way that we like I was telling people, man, if I told you that I didn't get upset about some things, a lot of things, I do. I'm human, so some
Right,
things bother me, some things don't, you know. But when it's too much, when it's if it's something dealing with me personally, I don't even really care. But if
right,
it's something that's dealing with the people that a leader is misleading the people, or they not teaching the people what they know they should be teaching the people, I'm address that. And sometimes that make people feel different at me, like they feel like that I'm like they ask me, Rico, are you here? You trying to divide? You trying to? Yes, I'm trying to divide. I'm trying to separate the real from the fake because I understand that what's finna happen and what we trying to do, the fake not gonna be with this. Only the real gonna be with this. Like I was explaining to people earlier today, I said, revolution. This is why a lot of organizations scared and they act like they about revolution but they not. This is the definition of revolution: a forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. If
right,
we constantly crying about this system, and we've been crying about this system for 500 years, saying that this system ain't no good, we steady see what they doing to us. It's proven that they against us.
mm-hmm.
Build our own system, but we too afraid to build our own system because we have seen when we tried to pull out of a system, they start murdering us, they start harming us. So that makes us afraid and submitted to their system. So I was telling the
Right,
people, like, if I gotta be afraid to not speak, and if I gotta be afraid to speak right and to speak righteous and stand for right and to stand for righteous, if I gotta be afraid of that, then I don't want to be here, bro. If I gotta be, if I can't say what I want to say because I'm afraid, I don't
right.
need to be here, man. You
And
know what
that's
I'm
hey
saying?
Rico, that's
I
exactly
don't
my
need to be here.
bro. I rather like I tell people, man, like I'm not some person that just want to die. I'm not about to go out and commit no suicide or nothing like that. But I'm willing to die for my equality and my freedom. I don't want to live in a world knowing that I'm.
Keep talking. Keep talking. I'm just gonna give me some water. Keep talking.
How can you just be submissive to this world that they got us living in, this unjust world, y'all? How can you really claim to be a man and not have no fight towards what you clearly see is wrong, unfair, unjust, no form of equality. It ain't even close. Like there's a huge gap in the way they treat us and the way they treat, people got the same color skin as them. And as a man, you gonna sit back and not fight and not stand up. I could never do that, y'all. I could never do that. I'm gonna fight for mine, y'all. And I'm gonna fight for others who are afraid to fight for themselves. But ultimately, people got to start standing up and fighting along with me, y'all, because this is just, it's not right, y'all. It's not right, and I'm not cut from a cloth where I'm gonna sit back and just take a knee to white supremacy or black ignorance, because there's a lot of black ignorance that participates in this world of white supremacy that's also just as deadly as white supremacy. You got a lot of black ignorance, a lot of black greed that's going on that's more deadly than this thing that we call white supremacy. And I'm not gonna sit back and keep taking the knee to none of this, y'all. Not me. I really ain't. I just refuse. Like I said, many are called, but few are chosen. I know for a fact I'm chosen. I know it's just my calling. And I know that my whole life I've been groomed to be fearless and to stand up to what we call the oppressors, what we call the people that have infiltrated us, the people who got the same color skin as us, the people who sound like us, talk like us, who play the sports that we like, or the people who, spill out the rap lyrics that we love. These people are not out for our best interest, and it's going to take someone like myself, the Ricos, and the Chief Eagle Eyes, who's been trying to do this work, but they gonna have to have new people who got the energy and the backbone to really fight this fight, y'all. And it's people like me that's emerging. I hope I continue to inspire people, the youth, and we see new leaders rise up, and we see new people who got this fearless tone in their voice, and who's willing to do research and put in the work that it's going to take to really change the mindset of the people and ultimately get to the finish line of equality and bust the pipes of corruption.
Like I was saying about, I was telling them earlier that in Ohio, where the dude got shot 60 times. I was saying, how many of these organizations out here that say they're revolutionary and they're about revolution, how many of them ready to go to Ohio and go surround this police department and tell them their service is no longer needed in their community?
None.
How many of them really ready to do that there? But all of them ready to go up to Ohio where the camera's gonna be at, because they know there's gonna be a lot of cameras out there all around that city. You know what I'm saying? So I was asking, I wonder how many organizations ready to do that.
None.
And I was saying, like, what are we really, what, and I included my organization, what are we here for? What are we here for if this ain't the result what we trying to go and get? If we see these people murdering us and they supposed to be protecting our people in our community and they ain't doing it, what do we need them for?
Exactly.
So why won't we just go and tell them your services ain't no longer needed and you will not patrol this community, because we will patrol this community to protect our own community.
Right.
Ain't no organization ready to do that. But as soon as that news camera flick, they're gonna be right up there. Oh yes, Malik Shabazz gonna be one of them. He had already made a post. Oh, we sending people to Ohio to do what?
Right.
What is the result that you looking to get from doing that?
But then you got leaders, real leaders who's in the struggle and who's really standing up, right, and making noise, like myself in Kentucky, fighting white supremacy, what feels like by myself. You know what I mean? Like they ain't sending nobody this way, right? You know why? Because the cameras ain't paying attention to me and my battle that I got going on. But if cameras was all around this case, right, and my case was been they'll all be coming. It's sick, man.
But you got to understand. See, people look at this movement, this revolution is spiritual, but it moves through physical bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So they looking at the physical body of going to war with this person. You going to war with the spirit that pushes that person, whether it's the good spirit or whether it's the bad spirit. It's a spirit that pushed every physical body.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what you believe, it's a spirit that pushed it. So when you go and do good for somebody, it's a spirit that's pushing you to go and do good. When you go and do wrong to a person, it's a spirit that's pushing you to do wrong. See, we looking at the physical aspect of the war. This is why we can't never grab completely hold of the war and control the war, because we trying to fight it with physical rather than spiritually. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I ain't speaking when I say religion, I say spiritually.
No,
Because
that's
religion don't
beautiful.
exist. Religion don't exist.
Hey, Rico,
Spirituality exists.
I
So
know.
go ahead.
No, not to cut you off, but I want to pause you right there. I know people. This is where we lose viewers, and people are not interested in this conversation. But I want to stop you right there because that's where me and Rico connected first, spiritually. We was talking about the spiritual realm. That was he was making sure I knew you do know what you getting yourself into. You know, talking about the Most High and all of this stuff, and going over the spiritual realm before we talked about the physical and any cases or evidence. This is what we talked about, the spiritual realm, y'all.
Because they must need, for everybody that's listening, you must first understand that the two colors you see on the screen, the majority of the colors that's watching this, you must first understand we not hated because of our color. We hated because we are created in the image of Yahashua. So we are hated for that reason alone. We not hated for what we did. We not hated for our skin color. If we was hated for our skin color, all they women wouldn't be trying to be with us. All they men wouldn't be trying to be with our women. You know what I'm saying? So they don't hate us because of our skin color and our looks. They wouldn't try to mimic everything that we do if they hated us. They hate because we are the chosen people. I don't mean me and Kendrick the chosen people. I mean our inherit of us, people as a whole. We are the chosen people, so we are hated for this. This is why we was crucified. This is why we are killed and beaten and tortured in the streets. Whether you believe in the spiritual world or not, it exists. It gives you physical facts every single day, regardless of if your perception understands it differently. You still can't change the facts of it. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's where it all starts from. Tupac said in one of his songs that when we wake up and realize that we can't do it without God.
Right.
We wonder why all this chaos is going on. Look how the world is doing away with God.
Right.
God said anywhere where he's not wanted, it will be chaos. Look at what we're going through, chaos, and we steady saying, well, what's going wrong? What's wrong? Why this here? So you look for the government to give you answers. So you're looking for your oppressor to give you answers about the same person your oppressor wants you to feud with.
All right.
Your oppressor understands what's going on. You don't understand what's going on.
Right.
Your oppressor understands totally, wholehearted what is going on, that this is bigger than the physical realm. This is the spiritual realm. He understands that. Why you think they practice chants and chains and energy things and all of why you think why you think they practice all these things?
All right.
People believe in the spiritual world differently, so people go about doing it differently, but at the same time, they giving you self-explanatory evidence that spirituality is real.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every nationality, the Hindu, the Africans, the Germans, the Russians, the Chinese, they all do it in different ways. The Buddhism, the Judaism, they all do it in different ways, but they showing you it's some spirituality, regardless if they not confusion is the devil, HJ. Confusion is the devil, spiritual warfare is absolutely real. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we can't figure out. We trying to figure out what's going on, why we can't do this, why all this community, why all this feud amongst these organizations. That's that spirit. That spirit see that the people want freedom. The spirit, that evil dog spirit said, no, I need you niggas to stay enslaved. So I gotta put you niggas against each other.
100%.
Because the spirit see that we want freedom. The spirit see that we want to unite, man. The spirit see that we want out of this here. So yet it confuses us. Hey, what you thinking ain't spiritual, it's physical. Go against the physical war. Then you start getting off track. This is when you start feuding with this person and this organization and that organization, because now you off a track of what's really going on.
All right. You ever notice when a country invades another country, what do? When they take over another country, the first thing they do is they start restructuring the mindset of the people. And I say that to say this: it's deeper than skin color, y'all. It goes back to imposing your will when it comes to mindset on people and influencing people to have the same mindset as you. If you pay attention to what's going on in this world, it's all people imposing their will and their mindset. That's why it's important for the people who are in tune with God and who got that mindset of God and who walk by faith and not by sight to continue to impose our will, because that's what you see the devil and his students doing. That's what you see these people doing all throughout the world. There's different kind of, wills that they're imposing and different distractions, but that's why people are not gravitating towards God, because there's not enough people who have that, that mindset of God and is imposing it on others. And that's ultimately where I'm trying to get to, is just to impose the will of God on people and show them that it's not being holier than thou. It's not being all in the church doing this and that. Like, you can just be real individuals like me and Rico, real raw people who got it out the mud and still have the mindset and have, the know-how to want to do the will of God.
Exactly. You have to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, when we first started touching up on this topic, it lose a lot of people, because you have a lot of people that they look to man. Don't look to me for all the answers. Don't look to Kendrick for all the answers. Don't look to Tahaka for all the answers. Don't look to Malik Shabazz for all the answers. Don't look to Babu for all the answers. Don't look to the U.S. government for all the answers. We don't have them.
Right.
We don't have them.
Right. We got the ultimate answer, which is God. Trusting and faith
Exactly.
in God.
You have to search the same. You have to search the same resource pot that we had to search.
Exactly.
Regardless of what your perception come out to be of that research pot, you got to go in that pot yourself.
Exactly.
So is if we don't have no faith, how can we have a fight?
Exactly.
Like people say, how you achieve this government? I ain't think that could be achieved. You didn't believe.
All right.
Even with the written instructions that was written from you to the people that you believe in, which is the U.S. government, you still didn't believe that you could achieve that.
That's one thing about hate, Rico, that's beautiful, right? When people hate on you. Because you know what they're actually hating on? They're hating on your faith. Like with what I'm trying to do with the Breonna Taylor situation, right? They're like, why is he still doing this? And people hating, right? Because, the case is over. But they fail to realize is you're hating and you're actually complimenting my faith, because I still got faith. That's why I'm doing it. When the world says it can't be done, when the FBI, whoever is failing to do their job, and the news that made an announcement that it's over and we can't get justice, I still got faith.
You know what I think it is though, kid, for like on that part right there. I think it's just that, not that they saying stop fighting and don't fight for it no more. I think they just basically saying don't just focus all your energy and time on it. You know, like they basically saying like it's a lot of other things going on. You got to mix it up. You see what I'm saying?
And the way I've been structured and the way things have been laid out on me and how you get the victory, I have to focus on this. I have to, because I didn't read in the book when God was creating the heavens and the earth. I didn't hear him talking about let there be light on Venus, let there be light on Mars. I seen him focus on what we call the earth. It showed him creating the earth. It showed him giving all his time and energy to the earth. It showed him giving his time and energy to men and women initially when he was creating. So for me to get what I'm trying to do, I'm going off the blueprint that's been put before me, what I've read. I have to focus on this. I have to focus on this. I realize the United States military is one of what they say the best militaries in the world, right? But if you study history, when they've lost some of their biggest battles, it's because they was fighting on two fronts. I'm not about to be fighting on all these fronts when I'm just one person. On top of that, you're spreading me thin. Even if I win, I'm being spread thin on fighting on all these fronts. I'm going to focus on one thing. And just so happened, the one thing I'm focused on was the world's biggest case. Once I get what I'm going to get out of this as far as the victory and being a part of getting Breonna Taylor justice, that is a hell of a thing to have on my resume. Whose resume is going to stack up with that as far as trying to reel people in and build? I can say, hey, look what I done. And I can tell you how I done it. I give all credit to God, Most High, the faith. I can talk about, the nights and stuff that most men would not overcome, the things I endured and most people wouldn't overcome. And I give my praise and my glory to God and overcoming it and let people know the reward that comes with being obedient. Because ultimately, yes, money, movie, books, and all that stuff's going to come in. But that's not what it's about. That's the reward for being obedient. So I'm just trying to stay focused and be obedient. Therefore, I can inspire others. Like, people want to be rappers and ball players because they see the reward, the money, the cars, the clothes. Wait until you see the money, the cars, the clothes off the back of being obedient, because all that comes with being obedient also. And peace of mind comes with being obedient. Peace of mind. A lot of these people in the world that are rich and all over TV, they don't have peace of mind. That's why they're doing drugs behind closed doors. That's why they constantly keep all these girls around them to occupy their mind, because they can't sit in their house like I can all day, every day. I have no TVs, no radios on. This is all day, every day. I sit in silence. I study. I don't need no distractions because I got peace of mind.
Indeed. See, they don't understand that when you lead, 90% of your time will be spending reading and researching, and your personal time go away to 10%. Because when God really, if God call you to lead and you accept it, then you are a chosen one. Many are called, but only few are chosen. Remember what I just said, y'all. Many are called, but few are chosen.
Right.
Meaning that many people is called, but only few accept that calling because of what that calling takes you through, what it takes you away from. You know what I'm saying? It takes you away from being self-centered. It takes you away from being all about yourself. It takes you away from not having care for other people. You put your loved ones behind for the better part of all the million loved ones, all the 10 million loved ones. You see what I'm saying? And majority of the world can't do that. So we spend a lot of our time reading and researching in order to be able to put this information and knowledge out. Y'all don't think that us as leaders you see on the phone, everybody else, us leaders that you see out here that's doing anything, you don't think that people could be doing better things with their time other than researching something that we know that 90% of the people don't even care about?
Yeah.
But we got to do it because it's a calling that we accepted.
And the thing about this, Rico, that they really don't appreciate, 99% of the stuff that we're researching, we don't even get to expose to y'all, because y'all can't even handle the 1%, which is the start. You have to be able to understand the start to understand the other 99% of what's going on. We are so stuck at trying to get y'all out the training blocks. We stuck. And it sucks, but at the end of the day, we continue to put in the work, even though the results are not what they should be. The people of God and the leaders of God should not be in last place. But in this world, this spiritual realm that we call the earth, this physical realm that we call the earth, you see the devil's people up here and then God's people down here. That's what the results look like when you're looking at it with the physical. But see, we got this faith and we realize what's really going on. We realize we are above these people. The people got the cars, the clothes, all the women. We realize we're actually in first place. See, when you're close to God and when you're really doing God's work, you're going to go through the most in this physical thing that we call the earth. And it's going to look like your opponents are winning. We winning though, y'all. We winning.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, I kind of just want to touch up a little bit. Yeah, I was I want to ask you something. Because I was watching the show yesterday. How did you feel about when like a lot of the comments and old boy, what his name was, Boss Talk Radio, when he said that you was riding, the one that I think he was what he
Yeah,
was, white
little
boy mixed
Darren,
dude. Yeah, when
Darren
he
dude.
asked you, yeah, when he asked you, he said, you ride Breonna Taylor coattail. You know what I'm saying? How did you feel about that? You know, because you ain't really kind of replied back to it, so that's
For
why I'm at.
me, for me, riding Breonna coattail, like for me, I feel like that is like the dumbest statement to make, right? Because before Breonna got killed, what was I doing? Fighting against those exact same cops, Brett Hankison. I was fighting. I had a federal lawsuit. I had 3 prior cases that I had been going on with him. I had been trying to warn whistleblowers. So that's just dumb. It's not my fault that Breonna got killed, and just so happened her wave was the wave that I needed, and I knew how to surf it to continue to put in, bring forth exposure on these cops. And then I got involved with her case because I got asked to. I got asked to be a part of her case. I didn't just jump on the internet. The head attorney in that case reached out to me and asked me because he seen the work I had already put in. Nobody had more on those cops than me. So when somebody say that I'm riding her way up, when I'm riding her coattail, that's cool. You can look at it like that. I look at it as I'm somebody who was already in that ocean, and just so happened the wave came and I knew how to surf it.
Mm-hmm.
I would be a damn fool to sit back and not catch that wave when that's exactly what I've been trying to expose. I think that's called God, right? When you feel like the world is against you, you feel like the police department is too strong, you feel like Hankison knows one too many people, you feel like he's too powerful, he got too much money, and God says, watch this. I'm going to take your number one enemy and I'm going to broadcast them in front of the world and show the world everything you've been trying to tell them. I think that's called God. That's not me riding no coattail. That's called me being obedient and being rewarded.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Oh, I want to touch on something else too. Yeah, like when I was on the Hockey Bay show last night, and you told me that I'm gonna bring my brother K Moo in, man. What's up, my brother K Moo?
What's going on, brother? I'm here upside down.
I don't know. Oh, there you go. I was saying, I don't know why you upside down. Yeah, K Moo, give the people your opinion on what's going on and what we can do to fix everything. This my brother K Moo, y'all. This one of our allies from the People's Government of Detroit. And we very strong, great allies. You know what I'm saying? He been rocking with us just like Kendrick Rock was. He been the whole entire people government. Y'all might know the primary head leader over there, Ramazoo. He's the leader of the People's Government of Detroit. K Moo, he's a very high person in the People's Government of Detroit. So we're gonna let him get him the flow for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And tell the people how you.
I ain't high in it, but brother, y'all done already said it all. Y'all done said it all. Rico, you said it all. I was really I was kind of impressed with what you were saying. You seem to have a grasp on, everybody got their lane and everybody just need to work from their lane. But at the same time, though, the only ones that don't get out there and really physically go to battle is the medics. They don't carry guns. They keep that big red cross so that you're not supposed to protect them. I mean, attack them according to Geneva Convention.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if these people are really playing by the. I don't think these people are playing by the rules anyway.
Right.
The journalists, you're not supposed to attack the journalists.
Hey,
But like I said,
Boss
we
Talk,
gonna have to.
Boss Talk podcast. Is that the one you was on the show with last night, Kendrick?
Yeah.
Boss Talk podcast.
Yeah.
Send your link, Boss Talk. We're gonna allow you in, but we're gonna do this thing. Everybody gonna get a chance to allow to talk. That you know what I'm saying, because we all need unity, man. We all need unity, and we can't do it with we got to do it, bro. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? So
Rico. Let me ask you something though. Let me ask you something. Cause I know this dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
We on here having a positive conversation about building, and not to cut you off, brother, but about building, and the energy is a positive one. I need you to understand that this person that you're about to bring on, it's okay to talk to him or whatever. But I went through a process with you where I had to talk and everything. I had to earn my stripes, right? This dude is not ready for this conversation we're about to have.
Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna
Most
see
definitely. Most definitely.
if he can bring unity. Like I just explained my differences with Malik, I explained my difference with a lot of other people. So we're gonna see. I'm willing
Most
to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't willing to have a personal vendetta with somebody when the ultimate
right.
goal is the freedom and liberation for the people.
Right.
We gonna see. This is like me and K Moo. K Moo
Right.
don't agree with everything I say. I don't agree. Me
Most
and K
definitely.
Moo had conversation before. You know what I'm saying? But we still unity because why? It's the same ultimate goal: freedom and liberation for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, we're gonna all have differences. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna all have
Most
different
definitely.
opinions. We're gonna see things a little differently sometimes, but that shouldn't stop the ultimate goal. You see what I'm saying? The freedom
Most
and
definitely.
liberation of the people. You know what I'm saying? We can work past our personal problems to get to the ultimate goal. So
Right.
if you
But
know
my my
if he send a request to come in, I'm
my
gonna let him in and
my
we're gonna see.
point my point of me saying what I said, I'm cool with everything. Yeah, I didn't took 9 hours one time trying to help the young man. But at the end of the day, at some point we have to call the spade and realize who's in this thing for real and who's in this thing for show, man. And one thing about people who are in it for show, you have to stop giving them the spotlight because that's what they're in it for. They just want to appear on the show, just want to steal some viewers, and that's it, man. And like some point, you have to call the spade and realize who's in it for what. Like who's really in this thing to conquer? Who's really in this thing to not only tear down but to build something? Like everybody that I've got into it with, I'm willing to build with them if they're willing to correct their wicked ways or allow someone like me, you, to help correct them. But that's not what you're seeing going on with some of these people. They're just only here to deceive, to lie, spread unnecessary rumors. Even the so-called truth that they got, it does us no good. What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. But you'll see.
I mean, if he send a request, I'm accept him in. If he send a thing, the link in the bio. I mean in the comment. K-Mo, you can continue, K-Mo.
So, hey, listen, can we do this, brothers? So you can control the mics, right?
Yeah,
Rico.
indeed.
Okay, so if it spills out of hand, man, just mute the mic. You know, if the YouTube brothers going, whatever y'all differences is, maybe y'all need to call each other on the phone. But if it get out of whack right here, man, we just need to kill that dead right there, and then
Right.
Yeah.
y'all work it out somewhere else at some other time, man. Because
Yeah.
if we
You-
trying to build, man, we need to
Right.
stay on a positive vibration, brothers.
Most definitely. No,
We
I've
don't
been
have
there.
to
Like I said, I gave him, I didn't gave him 9 hours one day, like a 9 hour straight interview trying to get through and help him. I've been there. I've had phone conversations and everything. For me, like I'm willing to help anybody, dedicate my time to help anybody because I was once lost. I
Oh,
really
well,
was.
he said he not gonna. He said he ain't gonna join in. He
Yeah,
said
he's not ready for this. He's
he
definitely
said he
not going
about
to
to
join
do it. He said he
because
about to do a show. He said I'm about
he's
to
not
do a
going to
show
join in because
live.
it can't bring a positive vibe and he can't talk positivity.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's his comment right there. He said I'm about to do a live. Sorry to have to decline tonight, but
most definitely.
I would after any other time.
Yeah,
So
he's not ready for this just yet, and I pray one day he gets there. But at the
So
end of the day,
like me and K Moo, for any of y'all that know K Moo, y'all hear him saying things about Malik Shabazz. It's not that we have a personal vendetta against him to where we trying to harm him, but sometimes truth hurts times. When you say things that's truthful to a person tends to get mad and offended about this, so they'll respond in different ways. Not any time do me or any of my brothers on here do we have any vendetta with any organization where we trying to harm them, hurt them, or do something to them, or this, that, and the other. And you know, I got a threat from an organization, the Royal Panthers. K. Mooden got a threat from the NBP. I got all kind of threat from the NBP. So we don't
Man,
worry about all that.
bro, listen. I ain't never got a threat from the Panthers. I got a threat from a league. And
No,
I
that's why.
don't like I
That's why I
said,
said.
man,
That's why I say the NBP, because you know he claimed he the leader of the NBP. So that's
listen. And like I had a lot of I ain't gonna say I had a lot of love, but you know, I had a lot of respect for the brother in the position that he was in. But like, you know, when I try to build with him and work with him, and like I told you know, Tahaka, I sent the brother a lot of international documents, legal documents and paperwork and stuff, and was trying to bring him in and tell him about, you know, the self-determination. He knew about it and everything. He just wasn't moving in that direction. You know, and I was trying to get him, you know, to at least take a look at the paperwork, man. Look at the law, you know, learn it, you know. And that dude, he cussed me out, man. He cussed me out bad. He act like, you know, it was a classism thing, seemed like I was beneath him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then I just saw the way he was moving, and I didn't like it. And I don't have nothing against. I love the Panthers, man. I just see that they're in disarray right now. It's a lot of bad shit going on. Then you know, it's coming to the light. Everybody trying to screw everybody. It's all messed up, man. But you know, like I said before, you got the right idea, man. Everybody, we gonna have to put these differences aside, you know, because we facing life and death challenges, you know, and we look at our people, man, all over the world. We suffering, especially on the continent, man, and we got people dying and
Right.
I mean starving to death, man. We got and like in Detroit, like Brother Ramsey tell you, man, he can tell you, I can tell you, man, I've been there, I lived there. Man, in the wintertime, getting cold as hell, the snow and ice on the ground. I'm talking about, I walked up because I used to feed the homeless when I was there. I walk up in abandoned buildings, man. I'm talking about big ass apartment buildings, man. And you'd be surprised at all of the damn homeless people trying to stay warm and live and survive up in these places, man. And when I come up in there, man, it was like they be so happy and thankful, man, but that ain't shit. I ain't done nothing. All I done was fed them for a day. They still got to deal with that shit the next day, the next night, that night. You know what I'm saying? It get cold as hell that night. You can freeze to death, and people are freezing to death, man. You got children and baby mamas. You got mamas living in a car, you know, with their children working, you know what I'm saying, and still can't make it, man. And they got all them damn empty ass houses scattered all over the city, man. And our people standing to the side looking at houses, you know, empty houses while they sleeping in the damn street starving to death, man. That's why we need y'all to come, man.
Right.
If we say we're about this, if we say we're about but you know, Rico, bring the guns, goddamn it. Bring the guns. If you say you about it, bring the guns. And we ain't say you ain't gotta come and just bust them off. But if they make us bust them off, then we gonna bust them off. But if they don't make us, you know, if we can do what we can do without having to bust them off, then we gonna do it. We need to do it, man. Because what other way is it? It's legal. What
Right.
can they do? It's the people's will. It's the people's will.
And
You
that's
can't stop the people's will.
And that's exactly what I'm saying, my brother. You know, it's got to get to the point to where they see that we for real. They see that they can't infiltrate us. They see that they can't turn us against each other. When they see that there, then they know one thing: we in trouble.
Right.
You know, because they know at that point in time they coming. They coming, but they ain't worried about us coming now because they don't even see us uniting with each other. All they see is us feuding with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you look at a lot, when you look at a lot of these social media platforms, like I was saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Malik. Malik talking about me. Tahaka talking about OC. OC talking about Tahaka. You know what I'm saying? People talking about Kendrick. Kendrick talking about people. We all talking about
Right.
somebody. But at the end of the day, don't none of that there. Ain't none of that did nothing for the betterment of our people or for the oppressed people. For that part. For that.
Well. Hold on. I would say that Tahaka putting a light on Malik is a good thing, man, because I've
No.
always had.
That's why I was telling. That's why I was telling. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I think Tahaga has done there's a lot of good things that came out of some of the work he's done. I will have to admit that.
Most definitely.
And I completely understand why he did some of the things he's done. But what I'm saying is there's something called balance. You can't just tear down and then don't build nothing up. You have to have some type of plan to build some things up. And on his show, I've seen more people get tore down. And then the people like myself and you guys that need to be elevated up, I don't see that. I see just a bunch of negativity being advertised when there's way more than just negative going on in our community. We got some positive things.
I can kind of understand. Like I was saying earlier, I understand we need people like Tahaka in order. We need people like Tahaka and OC and other people like that there to apply pressure to the fraudulent imposters. You see what I'm saying? So we need that type of pressure, but at the same time, I understand what Kendrick's saying. Those that you see as real, you got to help uplift them. You see what I'm saying? So I understand both parts of it, but that's what I mean by we got to all come together. Kendrick, the private investigator, Tahaka, the one that can break stuff down and tell, expose the fraud. You know what I'm saying? He can do that only if you fraudulent.
Yeah,
he can't do it if you're not fraudulent.
He's got the platform, man. He's got the audience, but yeah, it needs to be some balance, man. And
he has a great platform, and he speaks because I went on his platform yesterday again, and I don't know if you was in there. I don't know if you had tuned in to the one yesterday, Cable, but
I seen some of it. I think I caught it right around when you came on.
Now look, he didn't delete it. He deleted that whole part with me and him. So I asked him today why he deleted it. He said that he was going to put it on his Haka Bay live show. And I guess
that's what he told me. See, that's what I'm talking about. I asked him why did he delete it too, and he told me straight up. I got the text message. He said I deleted it because dude is suspect. And I'm like, huh? That means you would have to delete your whole YouTube. If you're deleting people because they suspect, you got to delete the whole YouTube.
So hold up. He told you that I was suspect, but he texted and told me that he gonna put it on his Tahaka Bay live.
Let me double check. Let me double check what he said. Hold on. Let me read this. Let me double check the words.
Hey Rico.
Huh?
Me and you, we gonna do this.
Indeed. Indeed, man.
I don't want to be quoting him wrong. He said, you would debate me on that paperwork for 1,000 with the Greed Party holding the money. I prove that you and the rest don't know how to read. In fact, you don't know what you're reading. You prove, you say, I'm some offender, some sort of offender, lost last. Let's do it Sunday. I'll have my receipts, just have yours. Oh, I removed him from the live because he is suspect. That's what he said.
Send me that.
Rico. Rico. What's suspect about you? What you do? Wait a minute, Rico. Hold on. Wait a minute. You working for them folks, Rico?
That's what I said. I'm like, damn. I'm like, if Rico's suspect, then you got to delete everybody off. I mean, I can see where you got your suspicions, but you didn't been on the show and you didn't went through the fire, and so now what? I mean,
look, this is what it was. Yesterday when I came on the show, everything that he was talking about, he was trying to prove that I wasn't an attorney and this and that would do this here. So he went into the bar system, said that he couldn't find it in Maryland. So I pulled it up and showed him my whole Maryland bar profile. Then I told him that I said, man, I'm in the Texas Board of Law Examiner. So he went on there, he couldn't find it. So I pulled up my whole profile and showed it to his audience.
Right.
Okay. That was twice I proved him wrong on his show. All right.
With prejudice situation.
The third time, this was all last night on the show. The third time, he was asking me about the bank. And I was telling him, to make a long story short, I told him, I said, we're in the process of getting our own routing number. He was like, okay, why you didn't use a black-owned bank? I was like, because I just went with the biggest bank, you know what I'm saying, that was going to be able to teach us the game real quick, you know what I'm saying? Right. I said, because we were trying to go and get anything. He was like, well, yeah, you still could have did your research on a black-owned bank. I said, yeah, you're right about that. He said, we got black-owned banks. I said, who is we? He said, we do all people. I said, okay. So he named out a bank in Chicago, and he was saying, he was like, you could have got a route number from them. I said, a bank can't give you a route number. He said, where do you get your route numbers from? I said, you get it from a charter bank. He said, I don't know, this, that, no, what this is. So he look up and he see the bank, whatever the bank name he told me last night on the show, he pull it up and he say, well, they a charter bank. He say, I bet you they not a charter bank. So he read out the primary bank of the two banks that he was talking about. First, he said one bank was a charter bank. Then there was two other banks listed down there, and they made 3 banks total. So the last bank was the primary bank of all of them. I say that's where the charter number came from. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, So he was basically saying that he asked me why I went to the slave bank. I say all people that got a bank, anybody that got a bank, they had to go to a slave people. I say you got to go to the slave master to get your route number. That's how the charter bank came. He said, where you get your route number from? I said, you got to go to the charter thing. So I pulled up. He was telling me I was lying. So I pulled up and read the whole thing. What a charter bank and where do you get an AB? Where you get your bank route number from? Who issues the bank routing number? And it told me. I read it out to his people. So that was the third time he was wrong. The fourth time he was trying to tell me what
with prejudice. He was talking
without prejudice. He was trying to tell me what without prejudice was. He was telling me that without prejudice was saying that I couldn't file a case no more. I said, Tahaka, that's not what it is, bro. I said, you sure that's what it is? That's not Tahaka. I'm telling you, that's not what it is. Oh, yes, it is. So one of his people in his audience, that's when they went to taking up for me, Tahaka. The man that told you that every time he can prove you wrong, everything. That's what it is, bro. He can reopen that case. Then Tahaka say, well, oh yeah, you right. I can reopen the case. So then he come back and was trying to tell me about, I didn't know what subject matter you're talking about. You don't know what even subject matter jurisdiction is. So when I told him subject is the person, the matter is the crime, and the jurisdiction is the power and authority. He went on there and read it and read the exact same thing. What I said, Tahaka, I just told you that. Jurisdiction is the power and authority. The matter is the crime, and the subject is the person. They got to have subject matter jurisdiction over all that in order to even process a case. If they ain't got it, they got to dismiss it. If you push for dismissal, if you push for subject matter jurisdiction, it's going to be 2 outcomes: dismissal, or they're going to push on with it. Because they're going to push on with it because you can't prove that they ain't got jurisdiction because you don't know it. So I told him at that point, I can't talk legal law to you because I done proved you wrong on everything on your own show. So he went back and deleted this. I didn't know it until yesterday because me and my old lady, we listened at the whole thing, bro.
You ain't know it.
So when Kendrick got back in touch with me, I was telling Kendrick about it. Kendrick told me that he had deleted it. I thought Kendrick was lying.
I got it. You know what I mean? I said, man, look, because I know how he operates. I knew he was going to delete it. Mind you, I was on OC show, but people from Team Kendrick, they was the one who was downloading it, and you know, because we get everybody's show. I knew he was going to delete it because he's not going to let you prove him on his or wrong on his platform like that.
Yeah, that's what you got to understand right there, man. You know, you're not going to lose on your ring on your home field. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then sometimes
that's not a leader. They're just like y'all on my show, okay? Yeah. If y'all tell me something that I don't know and it's information that I didn't know or I was wrong about something, you know what I'm gonna say? You right, bro. I ain't know that yet. Just like he was telling me about the black-owned bank, and I told him on his show, you taught me something I ain't know. I didn't know that right there. I said, I'm gonna have to investigate in on that. That's what real leaders do. We are able to say when we are wrong and we're not correct about something. We are not afraid to be corrected or afraid for someone to correct us in front of our audience.
Right.
Because I understand that I'm going to learn until the day that I die. Right. I'm going to always be able to be taught something that I didn't know. from somebody else gonna be. You see what I'm saying? So I understand it, but you got people that can't handle it because you know, I mean, it just for whatever reason that it is. Now, what I want to say about this here, uh, he tell me right here, and I'm gonna show y'all what he told me.
Brother, sometimes we have egos and we are not even aware of our own egos and our own, self. Sometimes we have stature that we don't even recognize we have.
Right.
Sometimes we loom larger than life in front of people and we don't even know we have that. And sometimes we can be overbearing in our ego, you know what I mean? So, and then those of us, the gods, we really got to see that for what it is, understand it, and we know how to move around and through and about that, you know what I'm saying? So
Indeed.
no, don't sweat that shit, man. Don't sweat none of that shit, man. Keep it moving, keep doing what you're doing, You was the competent authority as far as what you were speaking on subject matter jurisdiction at the time. But like I said, you was in another arena, man. You wasn't in your own arena. You was in his arena. You know what I'm saying? So let that shit go, man, and keep it pushing, brother.
I want to see if y'all can.
You can't see it. You gotta turn the lights out. Yeah. What's
Can
it
you see
say?
it?
The government says this proves you must not lower you. All right, went away.
Hold up, it'll come back up.
Just send it to me.
Yeah, cause I can't see
Can't
it
see
either.
it.
Is that
This is where Tahaga wins, man. See, he can show all this stuff. He got the show presentation. We be up here bootlegging and stuff.
I say, yeah. I say you cut the video from last night. He said yes because it was propaganda, but I'll upload it on my other channel, the Haka
See,
Bay.
hey, right now, we worried about the wrong shit. We worried about Tahaka Bay show and what he deleted about what you said. Well, you still got your platform right here. You can say what you want to say, how you
Mhm.
want to say. And like I said, keep it pushing, bro.
Oh yeah,
Don't
we
sweat
gonna
things. We trying to build, man. If we trying to build, let's build. Fuck all the other shit. Just keep building, man. Keep
indeed.
building.
Like I
We
said,
stay
I
positive. Keep
understand.
it
I understand you
personal.
got to address it because you was on the show and you did get cut from it. And my man, he's right. We got to
That's his
continue to
shit.
build. But certain
That's
things
his
do need to
shit.
be addressed. But once you address it, move forward. And like you said, stick to building because you've been doing a great job, Rico. You've been involved with a very drama-infested situation that hold the Black Panther parties, who's the leader, who's not the leader, who did this, who did that. And for you to not be completely caught up in all that drama, that's a beautiful thing because your approach to it has been beautiful. And so don't get too sidetracked with even the whole situation with Tahaga. It's okay to address it, but like my man said, the elder here, keep focusing on building.
The reason why I would never get too involved in none of that with anybody because it's like that's not the primary thing. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the primary. But yeah, sometimes if you say
Really?
I'm gonna address it, but the primary thing is this. I understand that the Haka Bay is a comedian show. He's not a revolutionary. He's not in the revolution. You see what I'm saying? So I understand that and he says that on his show. So I mean, sometimes you got to use platforms for the publicity. You see what I'm saying? And things of that nature, right? So when you're a real leader, you know that challenge is gonna come to you. You see what I'm saying?
No. Well, listen, brother. See now, I watch because he a grand sheik. He got his temple, and I watch him do one of his things, with his folks. He had posted it, and he was doing. He was saying that he wanted to build. He wanted to work with anybody who was really about, freeing and liberating the people. So
Let's work.
mhm.
Let's
But
work because I know that's what I'm on. You
that
know what I mean? Like, that's not just for Tahaga, that's for anybody who's really about that. Let's work. Where they at?
and the reason why I state that I'm the primary leader of all Black Panther organization is because I came in the door. All organizations, even they not Black Panthers, what they was trying to strive and get was is political freedom. They own government. You know what I'm saying? So if we got our own government, we got our own power. It's not that I'm trying to be dictator because it's clear that we overthrowing dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that I'm the primary leader because I already established what all organizations have been trying to establish. See what I'm saying? I came in the door. So that's why I say I'm the leader of all Black Panthers, not because of it ain't got nothing to do with my pop. It ain't got nothing to do with my pop. But if we include my pop in it, then automatically
you gotta break it down to them, Rico. They don't understand what the word primary means. Like when you go, remember in school they used to tell you your primary colors.
Yeah, primary.
So when they figure out what that means,
primary leader just means that I'm the leader of all Panther organizations, but all Panther organizations have their own chapter leader. You see what I'm saying? I'm just the primary leader because I have the federal government that's already established.
because the goal for every revolutionary Black Panther Party was to do what? Get their own government, and you did it. So that's why you crown yourself as the primary leader.
People don't understand about the Black Panthers. When the 1966 Black Panthers that was founded by my father, Huey P. Newton, and co-founded by Bobby Seale, when it was created with two leaders, even though it was leaders from other chapters like Fred Hampton and all these other chapters, it was other chapter leaders, but the primary leaders was Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale. It wasn't no thousands talking about they was the primary leader. Now you got all these organizations saying that they primary leaders, but how are you primary leaders when you ain't providing them for your people? We're not talking about going out there and stopping the fight between two teenagers, or we're not talking about going to address somebody that calls somebody an N-word or a B-word. We're talking about real resources for your people. We're talking about gas resources, water resources, school resources, medical resources, enforcement to protect your community. That's what I'm talking about. We ain't talking about all stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't. And another thing I want to address, I don't want people to think like I'm against people marching and protesting. I'm not against that at all. All I'm saying is we see clearly that don't do it. Why do we still participate?
Hold on, Rico. It's done what it's supposed to has done. It was one of those
it's not the whole answer.
No, listen.
It's a major piece to the puzzle, though.
We have exhausted all of our avenues of redress, and protest was one of our avenues. We did that. We done that for a long time now, for probably about some 40 some years we done protest. So we've exhausted that as a remedy to our issues here in this country. So it was good that all the people that did that. Now that leaves us. What we have the right to do now is to take control of our own situation through the right of self-determination. And that's what we need to do. If we're going to do that, or we're going to move within the government that Rico has established, if the Panthers would take those badges and come and take authority, in some of these places that the human rights policy officers is going to try to take control of some of these governments. And if those Panthers come with those badges, who the hell gonna stop us, man?
Exactly.
Right. Hey, I'll say this, Rico, as far as protests, because I was a part of the protests here in Louisville before y'all seen it on TV, before they advertised it. Protests, if it's done right, it is effective and powerful, because if you do it right, you strike fear into them. See, protest wasn't meant to do for the cameras and everybody to see it. The initial protest and the core of the protest was to be able to strike fear in your oppressors, so that because there's strength in numbers, and when they see us together, they feared that. So what we have done here lately with the protest has become a show, and it's became all about being on TV and all that. But if you do it right, you must understand those people do get scared, and anytime they scared, that helps us. Because that's how they are, effective over us, because they got us scared.
It ain't the protest that scares them. It's the riots. It's when the people start burning up shit.
Well, that's what I consider a protest, though. Riots
and throwing over police cars and shit, and running police off the goddamn block. That's when I
count that as a protest, because that's what I was a part of.
That's a riot.
Right. I'm not protest. I'm just saying protest ain't never freed us. It was 50, 60, 70 years. It might have got the word out a little more, but that ain't what freed us. What's freed us is when they see they really tired of that shit and we start standing up and taking. That was free us, like with the Civil War. That freed us because they seen. They, excuse my French, but I'm gonna say it like that. Them niggas is ready for war, man. They ain't with the shit no more. So as
Well,
long
here's
as
the
we out
thing.
there
Here's the
holding,
thing. Here's the thing. A lot of people are ready for war right now, but you don't have a lot of leaders that's showing them where the battlefield is. Like we got young dudes in our city that will right now. I got them. I got young dudes right now that'll tear bark out of any and everything I tell them to. But at the end
you
of the
know,
day, they're
why we
being
not
led to the wrong battlefield. They're on the battlefield where they're going against people who got the same mentality as them, but don't have the understanding that they've been put against each other to take each other out because they're actually what we need to overcome what's going on in this world. We
exactly.
got people that's ready for war. They just don't know where the battlefield is.
We got the
Hey,
people.
Rico,
We got some
you got
soldiers,
me.
but we got to
Go ahead,
also
Rico.
be able to provide these soldiers. Meaning when we go to war, when all this go down, when our soldiers start getting injured, we're gonna have to have somewhere for soldiers too to get took care of. So
You
therefore,
got to teach them how to.
we need
You
our
got
nurses, we need our doctors. So this is what I mean by when I say it's more to war than going with guns to take over. It's called art. It goes in sections, and if we ain't got no resources to take care of ourselves, we ain't ready for war, bro.
But listen, bro, it all starts at the top. Cause look, when you got excellent leaderships, you're able to form a pretty decent soldier. You know why the world respects soldiers? Because they're actually out there on the battlefield. You see nurses and stuff sign up for free because they realize if they're willing to give their life, then the least we can do is give our talents as far as a nurse or a doctor and help out. It starts at the top, and at the top, you have the domino effect and everything to fall in place that we need. But we must put forth the right leadership for these things to fall in place, bro. The leadership is not being advertised. Therefore, none of these nurses are kids out there, or whatever you want to call them, teenagers, soldiers, are going to sign up for what we got going on unless the leadership has been advertised. Once you advertise the leadership, once somebody like myself or yourself or this brother here, the elder here, gets advertised, and the kids are the soldiers and the women get to see what we're really all about, they will fall in line, bro. They will fall in line. They will want to be a part of that.
But can y'all build and expose in the government which authority ended in 2021 and what the Pope was discussing is being hidden from the public? It never was hidden from the public. It always been written in black and white. The people just never chose to read it. And the people that came along that was showing the people, when people come along and showing you something, what's the majority of the thing what people say? Oh, that's fake. That's fake documents. That's fake this. So it's not the people, it's not all the people that's putting the information out there, it's the people that's perceiving the information. They assume to believe that everything is fake. So how can you, the people, believe anything when you believe everything is fake? You yourself don't know what to believe is true. So first you got to search yourself deep inside yourself, because the only way to know truth, only God can guide you to it.
Mm.
So if you
Well,
don't,
I'm trying to figure out what exactly are they asking us to expound on when it comes to. It said, can y'all build on exposing the government, which authority ended in 2021, and what the Pope was discussing and being hidden from the public? So are they talking about the situation with the covenant when they're saying what was hid from the public when it comes to the Pope? Because we all know what was found in King Solomon's temple, right?
there's a lot of things that was hidden from the public that's over in the Vatican vault. You
Well,
know
they
what I'm
must understand what the Vatican is. I don't think a lot of people realize that their power comes from the world's biggest, basically, library. They have all the data of the world, but like the physical data, like before we use the word data, they got the archives. You must understand the Romans, who was the Roman Empire, the Roman Catholic Church. I don't think people realize that's one. Roman Empire, Roman Catholic Church, that's one. Before, like when the Roman Empire, what did they do to get their dominance? They took over all these countries. They collected all the artifacts and data, basically their history. So that's what makes them so powerful even to this day, because they can kind of predict what's going to go on because they have the history They have all the history of pretty much everything. They're one of the few empires that are actually still standing. They think the Roman Empire fell. No, it's still in place. I don't know what happened to the fellas, but they said we need those to have access to. Share those who can't legally get it. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Where's everybody at? I don't know what's going on. But people are blinking in and out. I think I'm the only one left on the show. But anyhow, people, hold on. I think somebody's coming back in.
Yeah, I don't know what had happened, man. It kicked me out. It kicked me and Cable out, man. I don't know what had happened, Cable. Look, it froze up. It froze. All I heard was Kendrick's voice, was nothing moving. I couldn't move nothing on the screen or none of that.
Hey, when you get to speaking that simple truth that the people can understand, that's what happens.
Exactly. See, the 1966 Black Panthers, people ask me, like when I be posting, sometimes people always, some people be like trying to, well, Rico, you supposed to have your comment here and comment. I'm not worried about all of that. I'm self-structured and centered on the message itself. If you want to be an editor for me, then you can be an editor, but I'm not. I'm trying to get the message to you. If you want to take your time and edit what I say, then you're welcome to that there. But I'm letting you know, I'm not trying to edit I'm giving the people the basic understanding that they'll be able to understand, like my pop did them with the 10-point program. Now, wasn't no fancy words and big educational words because people weren't gonna be able to understand that. So if we talking to the oppressed system, we got to talk and teach in ways that they understand. You see what I'm saying? So we can't talk all high political and correct and this and that because the people we trying to get to understand and never understand it. This is how the political mechanism machine system been doing to people. This is why the people be so lost, because they speak with words that the people have no knowledge of.
I was watching the brother today. He was doing a build. His name is Tay Novel or something like that. I can't recall his name right off the bat. But he had
Tay Novel?
Yeah. He had JT, the bigger figure, on there with him today. The brother living over in Africa. He building over there. And I was telling you that for a reason. I have senior moments, man. But anyway, man, damn, I forgot what. If it come back to me, man.
You said something about him over that building. He was building somewhere. Tay Novel.
Yeah, they building, man. And I think I'm basically saying, you know, that's what we just got to keep doing, man, is keep building. And then we don't have a whole lot of time, but, you know, the people do need to see us win somewhere, man. And the people do need to see us in unity. And if the people could see a train moving in unity, man, I believe they'll jump aboard, man. So we're gonna have to all plug somewhere, somehow, and make some shit happen on the ground that's tangible that people can see. And like I said, I think Detroit could be one of those places. You know, nothing beats a goddamn failure but a try, man. We got to try something, man. We got to come and make a stand somewhere, man. You know, and it'd be good to see some Panthers there, man. It'd be good to see all the Panthers. At least if we could see at least what we had down damn in Tulsa. You know, if we could bring that to Detroit, man, we'll have what the hell we trying to do. You know what I'm saying? We'll have what we trying to do, and we can metastasize that thing if we want to.
Hewitt Malone say all soldiers are not correct for all battles. An organization has to use its forces at its strengths. That takes leadership. Exactly. That's what we're talking about right now. We got to check the fake leadership and put the correct leadership in place so we can lead the people in the correct way.
If that brother right there is a Panther, so and especially if he's dealing with who we be talking about all the time, if he dealing with that dude, all he doing is moving you all around the damn country, burning gas, burning resources, just burning up resources that ain't coming back. That shit ain't coming back.
And that's
burning resources to go do what? Nothing. Gather. For what? To do what? You ain't took shit. You ain't planted no flag. You ain't done nothing. but gathered and went back home and left the people in the same fucking condition they was in when you got there. And you go back to the same condition you was in before you came there. Still subject to racial oppression.
Hold up. K-Move. Let me see. Malone. The link, I'm gonna post the link in the description. Come on, since because I know you Panther as well, if I ain't mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna send the link to you so you can come in, because I want to see what you're talking about. Because what K-Move was just saying was is correct. You know what I'm saying? And what you're saying is correct also. All soldiers. Let me read your comment again so I have it right. Say all soldiers. Let me see. Okay, say all soldiers are not correct for all battles, and that's correct. So that's why we on here talking, saying that organizations got to know their place. Everybody ain't military. Everybody ain't nurses. Everybody ain't teachers. Everybody ain't doctors. Everybody ain't grocery stores. So all organizations got to know their position. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these organizations, a lot of these Black Panther organizations got to stop running every time something happens because they want to be in front of a camera. And what K-Moo is saying is that they ain't getting nothing done. They're going and they ain't getting no results from when they go. All the result that they get is what they set out to get, was to be on the camera. They ain't got no results for the people.
Just spent resources. Spent resources. That's all you got. Spent resources that ain't coming back. You done burnt that shit moving out here to do nothing, when you could have used that to come over here to plant a flag, keep that flag there, set some soldiers on the ground to occupy this territory, hold it down.
Right.
Indeed. So let me see what
if it's the people's will, they can't do nothing about it. The governed are governed by consent. That's why they come to us begging us for our vote to put them in power. Can I be your boss? Can I run your city? Can I run your town? Vote for me.
And I want y'all to,
we don't vote. We ain't gotta vote for them.
I want the listeners to understand that when you go and vote, all right, you voting for a representative to come in and represent you in your state or your city, whatever. But when their representative take his oath, he taking his oath to the United States Constitution. This is what you got to understand. The United States Constitution only represents the constituents of Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. What is constituents? Constituents mean people that reside within that area or territory. Okay, why does it only represent them? Because Washington, D.C. is a territory. What is a territory? A territory is a country or land that's a part of a country, a nation that has jurisdiction over it. This is why it's called the United States of America. You see what I'm saying? Because the United States is a part of America that has jurisdiction over it. So Rico, how is it that they pass these laws? They make you believe that they are with you, not knowing that when they put their hand on that thing, like Dr. Malik Shabazz, when he took his oath and swore in to the U.S. In front of that courtroom, and he put his hand swearing into the U.S. Constitution, saying that he was going to obey, he wasn't going to never go against the system. He was going to talk about it, but he was going to not expose certain things of the truth of the system. This is the oath that you take when you go in. When you take that oath, they hold you accountable to that. So when you start speaking out to them, different things happen to you because you took an oath to be a part of their system, saying that, hey, we're gonna keep the truth away from the slaves and tell them. Now I ain't gonna tell the slaves that we don't have no form of legal power over them because we've never been legal from the start. I'm gonna be a good old boy and keep this thing going how it is. So I'm gonna take my oath saying, and I'm gonna get sworn in saying, this is what I'm gonna uphold. Well, Rico, what Constitution do we have then? The American Bill of Rights. The U.S. Constitution and the American Bill of Rights are not the same. The U.S. Constitution enforces British power and authority. The American Bill of Rights forbids British power and authority. Anything is only 13 colonies that was ever created. Everything created after them 13 colonies is illegal.
Exactly.
So now, this is what you first must understand, that the Constitution in the United States are two. I mean, the Constitution and American Bill of Rights is two different things. America and the United States are two different countries. This is
No,
why they
one
put.
is a corporation, a
Right.
multinational conglomerate,
Right. Right.
and one is a territory. One is a multinational conglomerate, which is the U.S., and
But
the other one is a territory, is America,
but to
is a
but
No,
this
country.
yeah, the
right.
America is the country. The U.S. is the territory. The U.S.
Right.
territory. I forget how many geological square miles it sit on. I think it's like 7,000 miles and something. 7,000 some miles, if I ain't mistaken. Okay, you might say, well, Rico, I don't believe that. Well, Google is Washington D.C. a state, and watch what it tells you. It's going to tell you from your own government that Washington D.C. is a territory. Now hasn't ever been declared a state. So
Exactly.
even if they was to declare it a state tomorrow, it still wouldn't change all the crimes that they did before it was changed to a state.
And
Listen,
because
life
of
is
people like me and you are out here and spreading this word about this, they're trying their best to get it changed to a state now. They're trying their
So
best because people are
it,
finding out about jurisdiction.
okay, so therefore, if they was to change it tomorrow as a state, it still don't exclude all the crimes and all the illegal shit you did before then. So you still won't have to answer. You see what I'm saying?
Rico, you got me all out my lane. I'm all up on social media, on YouTube. Let me get up out here, man. You got me out my lane.
We're out of here, soldier.
Right.
All right.
But hey, continue to build, man, and I think we should reach across to the brother. What I
Oh,
said his name was Tay Noble. You know him, Kendrick?
No, I just heard you speak on him. I'm gonna look him up and do some research.
Yeah,
Like I said, if he's
hey,
good.
he a smart brother, man, a smart young brother, very intelligent, man. He over, I think they got a lot of people over there in Africa, and they trying to plug our people here with people in Africa, man. I think they doing a good deal. That's their lane. You know, I ain't criticizing them. I like what, as a matter of fact, I really like what they doing. I like what a lot of people doing, man. I just hate that all this damn infighting across the organizations, man. That's the shit that I don't like. That's
Right.
the shit that breaks my heart right there, man. Because I know everybody can't be that goddamn stupid, and the ones that's doing all this fighting shit. Because I never wanted to say nothing publicly. Listen, man, I got so much shit
but you gotta
from
say it
being,
publicly, K-Move. You gotta say it
huh?
publicly. You say you
No,
ain't never
no,
want. You gotta say it,
I
man.
I got stuff that from me and Malik having fallouts and shit, on in Messenger and whatever, and but I never posted none of that shit, man, as I never wanted to have this public discourse with him, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew that was gonna be a fraction, you know what
Right.
I'm
See,
saying?
but
That was gonna be a split.
if we don't expose things like that, how would the people ever know what's real and what's fake?
You can't, but here's the thing. We can't expose, you can't get too messy. Like, I've been there. I've been the person that's been too messy and got deep in that. One thing I learned about corruption and leadership and frauds, they will eventually expose themselves and they'll do it better than you can ever dream about doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta let
Well, hey,
people expose themselves.
I ain't gotta do nothing now till I can tear his ass apart.
Right.
Keisha
So
say because the fact of the policy powers don't recognize what you're saying, and unless we have the guns to enforce what you're saying, it's water under the bridge. Exactly. So you see it go hand in hand. If you got the guns to enforce it, you still ain't got the political power. So it go hand in hand. The political power need the guns need the political power in order for us to have the right
all
correct
that.
structure. You know what I'm saying? So it go hand in hand. So this is what this show is about because we calling for unity to all these organizations because it's not about our organization. It's about the freedom and injustice, the freedom and liberation and justice for the people. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're doing. We're trying to
Number
reach
one.
out to. We hoping
Number
that this
one. That's
video,
number one.
yeah, you know
That
what?
should
That's
be
why we want y'all to
everybody's
share this
thing.
right here. We want y'all
The
to share this right
revolution.
here. We hoping that it's many leaders that have reached out to me. Like I said, it's many leaders that we united with, and it's many that we not united with. But we need to go and get this ball on the road. It's enough talking. It's enough doing
And
live
people,
videos. It's enough doing live Facebooks. It's enough doing it there. We need to have real boots on the ground. And what these people be talking about today, boots on the ground, that is not boots on the ground. We need boots on the ground. We need to
and
police
people,
the police. We either need to
and
police the
people,
police or run them completely out of our community, push them completely out of our community. One of the other got to happen though. In order for us to have change, one
people,
of the other got to happen.
people have to stop being afraid to learn from each other. I'm not afraid to learn from anybody. I was just at the
Yeah.
track at Churchill Downs here locally in Louisville, Kentucky, where the Kentucky Derby takes place. At we had an event at Churchill Downs with horses out racing. Everybody went to, and it was a young dude. I think he was all of 22 years old. I'm 37 now, and he taught me something. You know what I mean? And once he taught me, I'm like, craving more. I got to talk to him even more. You have to understand whether it's an elder, a baby, a bird, a dog, a cat.
You know him, Cable?
Things in this world are
Cool.
here to teach us, bro. We
Read that
gotta stop.
comment
We gotta
on the
stop
screen.
being afraid to learn from each other.
I can't see it.
It says JT is a rapper from Frisco that is building communication schools and funding lots of progress in banking in Fossil,
Oh
Kenya,
yeah,
Nigeria,
yeah,
and so
yeah.
on.
He was on today. A good
You know
brother
him?
too, man. Yeah, he a
Well,
good
somebody,
brother. I don't know him personally, but I watched him build with Tay Noble today. And they over and they doing some real positive shit, man, over in Africa, man. And they trying to connect our people.
All right.
Yeah, I like it.
she said that we need to reach out to them. So anybody, if you got cut, for them, send them our way. You know what I'm saying? We trying to work with anybody and everybody for the freedom and liberation of our people. You know what I'm saying?
Damn
This been a
right.
great. It's been a great show. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna end this show here out. I'm gonna let Kendrick Wilson and my comrade, both of my comrades, I'm gonna let them close the show out, y'all. I'm Rico Dukes, They Feel True TV, your boy. You know what I'm saying? And K Moon Kendrick, I'm gonna let y'all close the show out. I don't want to hold nobody time too much. Y'all make sure y'all share this video though.
That's
Flow
all I
y'all.
got. That's all I got.
Hey, I just want to say, man, I appreciate coming on. I enjoyed the conversation. Nice meeting you, K Moo.
I
Good
say
luck.
likewise.
Good luck with everything you're doing and spreading the positivity. Way to be there to try to correct us when we got off track and was indulging too much in the negativity, because that's what it's about. Reach one, teach one. So all I'm gonna say is, man, shout out to all the people that's trying. None of us is perfect. We all trying to figure this leadership thing out, and then some of us is still trying to figure out how to just be a student, let alone a leader. So at the end of the day, whatever it is you're trying to learn, whether it's you trying to get to know yourself, you trying to learn how to be a student, you trying to be obedient to your parents, trying to be obedient to God, good luck with that. Continue to seek. The thing is, as long as you seek and you seek for good reasons, you'll end up to the destination that ultimately you're supposed to be at. And so I'm on my journey. I continue to seek. The Lord continues to introduce me to great men that I can look up to and kind of model myself out of and pull some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from. And that's what it's about. And then ultimately pass it down to people who are looking up to me. So I just want to say thank you guys both for taking the time out to have somebody like myself to be in your presence and learn from, and then also be able to teach too.
I want to say this here before we end this right here, man. You got three different people on here. You got Dayfield Truth, you got King Kendrick, and you got the People's Government. If you don't want to be a part of Dayfield Truth, go to Team Kendrick. You don't want to be a part of Team Kendrick, go to the People's Government. Basically what I'm saying is get in the revolution. Let's change for the betterment of our people, man. You know what I'm saying? We got three organizations, but it's all for one cause: freedom and liberation of the people.
Right.
I'm your host, Rico Dukes, for Dayfield Truth Show. It's been an honor to have both of y'all on here, man. Peace.
Shout out.
All power to the people.
Power.